With Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, appearing in his head all the things he's wanting to be said. 19 minutes are filled to fill, with so much time to kill. He promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and chill. Streams online and straight away begins to whine, but always fine as long as Shazbin 9 and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to endure like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran should have feeling so insecure. The money he earned on yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil's spending impulse is always set to stay on. If supports are also slow and stays so low and fails to grow, you never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. Once ticked off across the board with charge to ward because his code can be ignored. Just how much DSP makes us feel so bored to help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch a creep who play bingo, but Phil will bitch and why his sheep are also cheap. While DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across the screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals are slow machine. It's not in burp and leaning ban, it matters not if I should find a child scan to see if others make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and starts his like before launching into a big pretending there for bills when truth is there to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of call his cat and fatty life and all his strife while forgetting that it's unwell and they were rife. With drama he will react but isn't actor as a fact as he rehearsed to be exact in how he felt he was attacked. She's nearly over and a win is in sight with what to white despite Phil to light that tips were not light. We'll say alright it is okay and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tips will help from being off the other day. And with those words we win again. It's never if but always when the game is won. Thanks to that we made it to the very end. Guess I would tell if I clicked on the right bloody source or the OBS thing, so I didn't click down on bloody thing. But there we go. We got there in the end. Hey guys, welcome to the bingo, DSP Bingo, Level 1 Podcast Bingo, whatever you want to call it. Hope you're all doing well. Hey, look at that, Phil just woke up himself. He just stumbled out of bed drunkenly once more, and he's prepared for a normal days of streaming or whatever and all that shit. He's sitting up again and adding a few last minute things, so please be patient. We'll be up and running shortly. So saith the pig roach. I will. We are going to have a normal day ourselves. It's like I had a wee poll running as soon as I went and started the stream. Should I do a 3x3 card or should I go by 5x5? Because I should have done a 3x3 yesterday, all things considered. I really should have, because it was such a lackluster podcast. It was a shorter podcast because he was doing a marathon, and I didn't really consider that, so I felt kind of bad for you guys because I felt like I shortchanged people because I had like a big full 5x5 bingo card for a shorter podcast, but that was just me being dumb. But it looks like people would rather have the 5x5 as normal and just treat it like a normal day. So I mean, if that's the case, we will stick to the 5x5 bingo card. I don't mind that at all. I may as well just end the poll now. 69% what's usual. Well, it says 68. It said 69 a second ago. We'll just call it 69%. That's a better number. Everyone prefers 69. Yeah, we're just waiting for Phil to obviously get started and set up and go live and all that nonsense. And yeah, we will get our bingo card sorted in. Let me spin the wheel and let's see what we're going to use for a bingo card today. Likes. Likes is the word it looks like we're going to be using today. So, with that in mind, we need a number between, well, I don't know, actually we need to generate bingo cards first, 2 seconds. Right, likes. We need a number between 1 and 214. 13 is the first number, so Kirby Souls was prepared immediately. I said 13 again. I heard you the first time, Kirby Souls, calm your ham. I fucking stop spamming 13. Oops, I went past it. See what happens when you keep spamming 13. Oh, for fuck's sake, let me started. Hello, Brad Burneen, how you doing? The 13th bingo card looks like thus. We've got members, likes, thumbs up, here's a thing, and the stash scratch. Any scat talk, react, size, something style, and what I mean by that is. Okay, gifted memberships, snort, tips and shocked. Day off, toxic, there you go, years ago story, and content. And finally the dumb close-up, Detractor / trolls, unique, defense mode, and pig-splaining. That is a bingo card for today. I feel it's got potential. I feel there's a couple of things that might trip it up, but at the end of the day, Phil is, even though he's quite predictable Phil, he's also kind of unpredictable. He says these things a lot of times, but it does not say them every single day guaranteed. So So let me just very quickly save the bingo card. There we go. And there we go, Dashi. Dashi says made a Europa League group stage at Met Uni. Well done, Dashi. I don't know if this is a football manager thing or if you're talking about real life. I know the Europa League qualifying stages are kind of like all happening. Still, also all the big Champions League and Europa League and all the European competitions, they're all kind of happening right now, all trying to qualify for these things. So, but as I said, I know you like a football manager as well, Dashi, so I wasn't sure if it's about real life or, football manager side of things. Right, I've gotten Celtic, Valencia, it's football manager, Celtic. Celtic are, they used to be so good in Europe, it's so weird, man. Celtic at Parkhead used to be like one of the most feared, draws in Europe. They had such a phenomenal home record in the past. But for the last 5 years, at least, in Europe, Celtic have been fucking poor. Surprisingly poor. At least 5 years, but probably longer actually. But there was a time when like fucking Barcelona and AC Milan and Manchester United would go to Parkhead and they wouldn't be able to win. Which is, just also, these are kind of the big names of Europe visiting Celtic and they're struggling to fucking get a result. Just because of, the kind of atmosphere that Parkhead has, and it's just one of those things. It's just a bizarre thing where these days you can still get the kind of atmosphere there. It's still the same number of crowd, the same number of people there, and Celtic just seem to bottle or something. I don't know. It's weird. It's bizarre to me. Obviously, I'm talking about real life, and also this is your video game, but yeah. Did says, does anyone else think that looking at the camera while lying is a thing? He surveys his room left to right, then stares into your soul for the most pointless shit. Makes me laugh. He's like a kid adding extra detail and checking if his mum believed him. He's so used to lying at this rate that it's become second nature for him. He really has. Yeah, Christ, man, yeah. But it's one of those things. It's literally become second nature for him. But he's getting a bit careless with his lies these days. But keep in mind that he's not really mentioned the $9,000 he apparently had stolen off him. He said it once, and I think he realised he might have been pushing it too much. He may have been pushing his luck too much for that particular lie. Nobody fucking bought into it, and all of a sudden, nobody seems to, he seems to have forgotten all about it. Where was this mythical $9,000 that Phil apparently had sitting in his account that Boof had somehow stolen from him? Makes no fucking sense. Mundane Dave, I thought it was me, Austin. Ah, son of a bitch. But yeah, we got a bingo card selected, we got it saved, so all was well. We don't need that, we don't need that. Is Phil not live yet properly? Wow, he's only had one message since saying this shit. I read this out a fucking while ago. And he's only had one person turn up and say something since then. Bloody hell. Let's get to the bingo. Let's get it all set up properly here. Let me get the bingo actually loaded up as well. Excuse me while I open up Paint. Gotcha. Good old Meerkat with his fucking music. Right, so let me just get the colour. Jesus, obviously I can't have dark green so you can see the text. Okay, there we go, that should be fine. How's that looking on the old OBS side of things? Oh, it's good enough. There we go. No need to be sorry, Mundane Day, for stealing $9,000 of fake Monopoly money. It's okay, it's not worth anything. Well, we are essentially ready. We're just waiting for fucking Phil to do his fucking job. He's taking forever to get set up properly. Let's have a wee kind of summary of yesterday. Let's go back to yesterday very quickly. How did Phil do overall for support? He got like 220? Was it over $200? Was it? $224 overall. I mean, I'd call that a decent day. If you look at his kind of average days, just keep in mind the right hand side is his total he gets in a day. So he kind of got, I mean, better than average. If you look at the previous days, the average here is 212, going from like basically this month. You include this, everything else that happened this month, his average is 210. Right, everything so far this month, average day, $210. Keep in mind though, that's including the two massively smaller days. If we exclude the 2 days where we got under $100, that average turns into 229. Long story short, it was an average day for Phil, it wasn't anything exceptional. He's still begging a lot today, his YouTube payment is supposed to be today and it's coming late. Well, it doesn't get paid in the weekend. In fact, that's what I'm saying, technically I get YouTube payments now, thanks to you guys. But I can tell you for certain that I've not got it yet because it's a Sunday and it doesn't get paid early. I mean, I assume it'll kind of be the same kind of thing for anyone getting YouTube payments, that it doesn't happen on a Sunday. Or a weekend in general, I think. What I could do is check my bank and see if it's like a pending payment. Don't think it is. I'm not sure when I'll get paid in. I assume I'll get paid in at some point. You know, during the week. I'll put it this way, when I get paid I will let you guys know because I'm quite transparent with that, and plus it should give an idea of what all Phil's going on live. I'm gonna mute this wee bitch. He's finally got some new stuff added for today apparently. I'm fucking ready for that. But yeah, I mean, when I get my YouTube payment, I assume Phil will also have his as well. So it'll be kind of a good wee indicator to see if Phil keeps up the narrative. I'm not sure when I'm going to get paid or not. I think though Phil wouldn't lie about that. Yeah, I think he knows it would be kind of silly and stupid for him to lie about when he gets his YouTube money. Simply because there's so many people that can say, you can ask so many different people on YouTube to ask when they got their fucking payments from YouTube, and a lot of them will probably say, a lot of them probably at the fucking same time. A lot of them will be like, I got it done on like fucking Tuesday or something, and Phil fucking pretends he hasn't got it when everyone else has. It's not a good look for him. That's just my wee taking it though. He loves using the late YouTube payments as a fucking excuse, so definitely. Oh, goodness me. I was talking to Evil AJ earlier on. He didn't actually watch any of the fucking shit last night that Phil done. He wasn't paying any attention to it. I tell Evil AJ that, you know what, Phil, apologised to you, kinda, and he's kind of confused. I fucking sent him the wee link with a timestamp, and Phil apologised for being mean about this is how you don't play, but Phil said that he was not going to apologise for all the other horrible stuff that Evil AJ has done. And that confused both me and Evil AJ because he's trying to wonder what else he's done that was apparently horrible to Phil. He played him in Street Fighter a few times. That's not horrible. Does anyone understand what kind of other horrible thing Evil AJ could have potentially done to Phil other than this is how you don't play? I'm stumped and so's AJ. AJ's like, I don't have a fucking clue. I can only guess it's Street Fighter related because Phil did spend a good bit of time reading about that on Friday. I'm just kind of reading Phil's chat here just to see if there's anything interesting happening. Nothing really substantial. Hey, get more blood, how you doing? Do I have 500 HDMI cables? I've got like one. Do you want to borrow? What the fuck do you need 500 HDMI cables for? Oh, does Phil have 500 HDMI cables? Is that what it is? Give More Blood is the guy, yes, he is the guy. He is a tea cake bandit. He's the one that has to fucking pretend to be Scottish whenever he buys tea cakes so he doesn't get a funny look in the shop. Give More Blood fucking walks into Asda, goes, "Och, aye, the no," and then buys a tea cake and then walks out, and people think, okay, he's Scottish, it checks out. Has he hit 200k? No, he's not. You can actually, I was going to say you can actually see, but you can't because I got my wee thing in the way, sorry, my wee, there you go, 199k subscribers. Still short of 200k. I thought you could see it, sorry, but I forgot my wee, this fucking thing's in the way, sorry. Hawkswerver says that Give More Blood is the biggest tea cake supplier in Utah. It would not shock me, it would not surprise me in the least. Anyway guys, if you want to see the bingo card, I went full screen just to kind of, goof around, but the bingo card for today looks like this. We have members, so the fact that we have members and gifted memberships on the card is a good thing, I think, because it means, well, if it talks about one, it'll probably talk about the other, so there you go. But we have quite a few good things on here today, which I like the look of. I am optimistic of a good, strong, robust game of bingo for today. Oh, I just realised that I don't have my shortcuts enabled. I guess it reset everything. That's kind of weird. I had like keyboard shortcuts before for like muting and all that shit. I need to reset them again. That's annoying. Oh well. Let me see if I can get all that shit quickly sorted now. Why is my OBS being so weird? Fucking OBS. Right, okay. Are you guys enjoying music and I'm going to try and get this shit sorted out? I'll be quiet and you guys can enjoy the music.
WWE champion time.
Go, 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 go.
Thanks for the money, stupid fuck.
I love it. Go, 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 go.
By eBay.
Hell!
It's been tough.
I always think that it's my fault.
Drinking gin.
Yep, I'm toxic.
I love Hulk Hogan's dick. My ass is so fucking stretchy.
Oh, no, you didn't, you motherfucking piece of shit cocksucker. Mark my fucking words. I'm coming for you.
For now?
Go, 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 go.
Thanks for the money, stupid fuck.
I love it.
Go, 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 go.
By eBay.
Hell!
Hateful slurs. Lame brain pieces of dumb fucking hateful slurs.
Why am I toxic? I love it.
Hey, Mr. Burnell, you there?
I am present.
I understand. He's claiming that he's got $5,000 a month in expenses and only $5,000 a month in income, and net's about $35.
It's Tevin's fault.
The topic I want to discuss is depression. It's not something to be joked about with. You are not alone. You are not a horrible person because you have this. It's not your fault. There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me. It's WWE Champions time.
It's been tough. Over the last decade. It has. It's been tough. It's been tough. Over the last decade. It has. It's been tough. It's been tough.
Phil's a beggar. Phil's fat. Phil's a loser.
It's been tough.
Phil's a faggot. Phil's fat. Phil's a loser. Phil's a beggar.
It's been tough.
Phil's a beggar. Phil's fat. Phil's a loser.
It's been tough.
Phil's a faggot. Phil's fat. Phil's a loser. Phil's a beggar.
Super Meat Boy is in the stream chat, whining and complaining, saying that I never talk to anyone unless they tip me or they send me money, which is completely false. All he's been doing is sitting there all night complaining that he's depressed and no one cares. And everyone's basically ignoring him because you're like, dude, we just don't care. You know, you come in and the first thing you say is you're depressed. And what are we supposed to say to that? Now he expects that I'm going to derail the whole stream to talk to him live. So let's do it. Super Meat Boy, how you doing? You're really depressed tonight, huh? You're really depressed.
My stream is my place of business.
The company's name is Burnell Productions. Is internet content creation of on-demand and also live video streaming services.
Big up to your dad.
I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel. Please tip me. I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel. Because I have bills coming up. Please pay my bills. I'm nervous. Draft for cash.
You better take a sip.
Please pay my bills. I'm nervous. Draft for cash.
Get a real fucking job.
I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel. Please tip me. I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel. Because I have bills coming up. They fucked me again, left and right, and my ass is so fucking stretched out at this point. It's time to push back. It's time to push back. I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel. Please tip me. I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel. Because I have bills coming up. I've never ever used a hateful slur. Ever. And that pisses me off. I want to watch some faggot. Some homo. Who's a nigger?
You better take a sip.
I'm a mature adult with a business degree.
Big. All I see you do is big. Little piggy, why you? Big. All I see you do is big. Little piggy, why you?
Admitted this last year. I'll say it again. I actually do play some mobile games. I do. All right. The ones that I play are free to play or incredibly inexpensive. Like you spend $1 here or there to make progress.
This one's for all my baby girls.
Got me that gotcha. I love it. Got me that gotcha. Begging for fucking tips and shit on street. It's WWE Champions time. I'm stupid. WWE game plays like Candy Crush. Moving gems around, breaking colored gems. I love it. Again, it's pay to win. The more money you sink into it, the more characters you can summon, the higher chance you'll get the better characters, etc., etc. All right? Got me that gotcha. I love it. Got me that gotcha. Begging for fucking tips and shit on street. Gotcha. Got me that gotcha. Thanks for the money, dummies. Supercar. That was a mobile game I played like 5-6 years ago, a lot. For about a year, I played it pretty hardcore. All right, even at that point, that was before everything kind of fell apart with YouTube and everything. I was putting a little bit of money into it. I was playing for the top cards. I was playing the shit out of that game, okay? After about a year, they launched what they called Season 2, which reset all the cards in the game and made all your progress essentially worthless. And I said, this game fucking sucks. What a complete waste of time that this was. All right?
Because you're not rich and you're not famous and you're not this and you're not that. You had an opportunity to be, but you blew it all. And I said, well, oh well. I'm proud of that. I guess I'm proud to be a loser.
This one's for all my baby girls.
I'll be the guy on level 1. I streamed myself masturbating. I'll be the guy.
Fuck life.
I'll be the for the thousands of children. I'll be the guy on level 1.
You're still on mission 1.
I'll be the guy on level 1. Level 1. Married happily, paycheck to paycheck happily, meaningful relationship, meaningful life with a family. family, and that, by the way, I have to raise money to pay 2 big bills next week. All my utilities are due next week. Tomorrow, if I stop streaming, I would not be able to get a job. So it would be the end of my life. But outside of that, everything else is good in my life. You know what I mean? So I'll be the guy on level 1. I streamed myself masturbating. I'll be the guy. Fuck life. I'll be the for the thousands of children. I'll be the guy on level 1.
You're still on mission 1.
I'll be the guy. I'll be the thousands of children.
When your life is all positive instead of negative, it's a much better situation. Big up Skier Cat, and I can tell you that from personal experience. Look at my life now. I have a beautiful wife. I have a beautiful life with a family, right? Everything here is so much better than what I had before. Why? Because I'm a positive person. My life today is the best I've ever had. And I mean that. Like, every day I feel like is the best day of my life.
Your life is nothing.
I love my life. I have so much fun every single day.
You're bagging.
I love my life. I have so much fun. Everyone hates me. I have an emptiness in my life. Oh man, there's something huge missing from my life. I need a large group of friends. All I do is sit around drinking gin all day. Ladies and gentlemen, I play mobile games. Yes, I spend money on mobile games. I love my life. I have so much fun every single day.
You're bagging.
I love my life. I have so much fun. Everyone hates me. I love my life. I have so much fun every single day.
You're bagging.
I love my life. I have so much fun. Everyone hates me.
You're still bagging for $10 donations and $20 donations to pay your electric bill, to pay your fucking rent, alright? I get it. I'd hate me too. See you, Phil. Have a good one.
It's been a rough year. Why does Phil always have to mention that there's a tips goal on the stream? And why does he have to mention if it's a slow day for contributions? And why does he have to bring that up? Big up Skier Cat. And a very slow day for support. Please tip me. I need tips tonight. I jump on stream. Obviously, I need tips. Pay my taxes. Pay my back taxes. Pay my utilities. Pay my mortgage. Pay my internet bill. Pay my utilities. Very slow day for support. Been 47 minutes. And only the third tip of the day. I really appreciate that. I need that way more. Pay my taxes. Pay my back taxes. Pay my utilities. Pay my mortgage. Pay my internet bill. Pay my utilities. I'm a positive guy. I focus on positivity. I tell you guys every day on my stream, I'm not a person who revels in hurting others to get over. I will put out positive, fun gameplay content for you guys, and I will continue to be successful that way. And if I fail, I fail, but at least at the end of the day, I can say, hey, it was a slow day. It's been a very slow day for support. Please tip me. I need tips tonight. I jump on stream. Obviously, I need tips. Pay my taxes. Pay my back taxes. Pay my utilities. Pay my mortgage. Pay my internet bill. Pay my utilities. Very slow day for support. Been 47 minutes. And only the third tip of the day. I really appreciate that. I need that way more. Pay my taxes. Pay my back taxes. Pay my utilities. Pay my mortgage. Pay my internet bill. Pay my utilities.
Alright guys, Phil's about to go live here. You know his script by now. Let me know if I miss anything, and you know, and the bingo stuff, you know what I mean? Just tag me, you know, in chat, and I will see it. So yeah, fingers crossed, good luck today guys. If my mic sounds different, I don't know if it does sound different or not, my microphone. I might need to change settings. I think OBS is a bit weird for me. So if my mic sounds different, I'll try and fix it afterwards. I've got no time now, really. Sorry about that.
Good morning, everybody. DSP here. Welcome to the Level 1 Podcast. Today is Sunday, the 21st of August 2022. Welcome, everyone. And I certainly hope that you're all having a great weekend. I am here live on stream on a fun episode of the Level 1 Podcast, ready to chill and relax with all of you after a hell of a day yesterday. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it is official, as of yesterday, I have actually completed my closet clean out event. And apparently I've recharged the batteries in my little sound device. So now we can use this all the time. Yes. 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 So, let today, Sunday, the 21st of August, 2022, be a day of renewal, a day of rejuvenation, a day of fresh beginnings, as they say. Because, let's be honest, it was a momentous occasion. Not only did we react to This Is How You Don't Play Metal Gear Solid 2, the first ever video of that style that literally inspired hundreds upon hundreds of more of them over the course of the next decade, but also cleaned out my closet and got it done. And really, the question that begs itself to be answered right now is as follows. Once you've cleaned out your closet, right? Where do you go from here? What's left? I don't know. I guess we're going to find out. Because today is the first day of my new life. With a clean closet. I couldn't say it with a straight face. I couldn't do it. Okay, but anyway. No, seriously, like, this office now is so much cleaner than it used to be. And we actually, after the stream ended last night, my wife came in and said, "That's it," and vacuumed the entire office, basically. And I was like, this is very good, because I need that. You know, as you know, I've had really bad allergies this year.
So, the office never gets vacuumed unless Cat does it. Am I understanding this correctly? By the way, guys, I kind of said it in chat there. My microphone's going to sound a bit different, I think, today, because my filters on OBS Studio for the microphone have all gone. I think they got reset, so I might sound kind of different today a wee bit in terms of noise levels, not shit. Sorry, I'll try and fix it for next stream. So, you know, all that aside, Cat's the only one that hoovers the office. Cat is the only one that does a hoovering in that office. Phil never thinks to himself, this is a bit dirty, I should maybe just fucking, you know, get a hoover and quickly go. No, that never happens. That never once seems to happen for Phil. It's all up to Cat if Phil lets her in. And she fucking breaks down the door and says, I'm going to clean the man cave. I don't know how I'd incorporate a snort counter. No, at least a snort counter would have to be something that I would do manually to add myself. You know, I can't just count it. If it could be automatic, I would love it. But sadly, nah. I mean, on top of keeping everything else going for the bingo, you know what I mean, ticking off things in the card and all that. I don't know. We'll see. I can look into it. I'll look into it for sure. Okay, I will look into it.
Likely one of the major reasons I've had really bad allergies this year is because this office is yucky and it's so cluttered with crap that I don't really get a chance to clean it. You know, every once in a while you do a little spot cleaning, but how do you fully in-depth clean an office like this when there is shit everywhere, right? So basically got a good opportunity to do that. And now the floor is clean. The closet is cleaned out. Everything's cool. In fact, what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of a comparison. I actually have some pictures from before and after this 3-week-long project, because it really was 3 weeks. It was 3 marathon streams to get it done. And I'm very happy that we got it done. I'll talk a little bit more about that here on today's Level 1 podcast. Of course, also reacting to the very original This Is How You Don't Play without having anything go down, heinous, which is good because, you know, already I had threats from people saying they were going to do illegal shit. I know, people are fucking stupid. But that one down not a hit you either, right? So overall, yesterday was a really positive and great and fun day. And I really think people this year are opening up to the idea that I don't just have to play games all the time. And I'm happy for that because, you know, it was a time when if I even tried to do things outside of the norm of, oh, I'm just sitting here playing a video game,
a lot of people used to be kind of up in arms about it and be like, oh, you know, you're just known as the guy who does video games, and what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Why are you even talking on a podcast, right? Shut up and get right to the game. And now, it's not that bad at all. In fact, it's the opposite. People enjoy the podcast that I do every day. People look forward to it. A lot of people listen to this as a daily routine. A lot of people have this as background noise during things that they do during the day, and I'm happy to be that background noise for you. I really am. That's awesome, right? It's good to be known not only as that guy on the internet who plays the games and does stupid shit, but also as a guy who makes a variety of content and can entertain in various ways. That's what I'm trying to do. If you haven't...
Yeah, this is pig-splaining. Yeah, this is definitely a pig-splaining. It's such a roundabout way to just basically say, yeah, I can do this as well as play games. And he's fucking going on and on and on about it.
Notice this year, 2022, I've really made a strong and concerted effort to try to diversify myself from just sitting here playing video games 24/7. And that's very good that you guys are liking the other stuff I'm doing. In fact, it was so funny. I finished cleaning my closet last night. And by the way, there's one other thing left to clean we didn't get to. We'll talk about that today because it's kind of like an epilogue stream that we're going to do at some point when we get a chance, okay? But anyway, we finish with the closet cleanup, and I'm kind of doing the finale, closing statements or whatever. And someone in the stream chat goes, all right, so now when you clean out your attic and your garage, because this was so good, I don't want to see it go away. I want to keep this content going. When's the next big cleanup event? And I was like, what the hell? Like, well, I don't have an attic. And yes, my garage absolutely could use a cleaning.
Master Doctor's asking, is a difference between him saying the word like and telling people to like his stuff. The reason I've got likes on the bingo card is generally related to his content. You know, you can't just talk about liking a movie or liking a game. It's about liking, as in hitting the like button on his content. You know, that's why he likes on the bingo card. So he has to really be talking about likes on videos, essentially. Which is a bit, I know, it's kind of weird like that. You know, he has to say it. But it can also be kind of misconstrued because he's like, oh, he said like, but he's talking about, like, you know, food or something. But doesn't, so it's kind of weird that way, I know. I might remove it. Actually, I might remove likes in future because it's a bit of a weird one. I know it's a weird one.
Excuse me. But I don't have any way to, like, stream out of the garage. I would like to have to do offline videos and just upload those videos, which I'm sure would do okay, but, I mean, ideally I'm a streamer, right? You guys want to see it live streamed. I really have no way to stream out of that garage. So, for now, that's out of the question, all right? But anyway, what I think we should do, before we get too ahead of ourselves, because I do want to talk a bit about the reacting to Metal Gear Solid 2 and also to the closet cleanout, because like I said, I have pictures before and after and all kinds of stuff that I want to talk about. Excuse me, what we should do is we should talk about the future and the schedule coming for the week so that you guys know what to expect before we get too far ahead. So, today, what are we doing on the streams? Well, today, it looks like I'm not centered, doesn't it? Doesn't it look like the chair is slightly off center? Which it could be because I moved the chair yesterday. I think I need to move the chair just slightly to the right and then rotate the camera slightly to the right. I moved the chair to clean the floor. That does look a bit better, except that the auto white balance kicked in and made me look like I was pink. But look at this. But I think that is slightly better. Come on. This auto white balance, this webcam sucks, man. I can't wait to get something better. This is just like fighting. Every day it's a fight and a boxing match with this fucking thing. Okay. So, yeah, that's better. I look centered now. I actually look like I'm perfectly between the two things of, decorations behind me. Okay, so let's talk about what we're doing for the rest of the week first, okay? Here on the first stream, gameplay-wise, we're going to be doing End game and possible conclusion of Final Fantasy VII. Now, here's why I'm saying possible. What do we have left to do in the game? Ruby weapon, Emerald weapon, end of the final dungeon, final bosses, conclusion.
Boring. Yeah, I really need to fix my microphone after. I'm sorry for the microphone background away, guys. Every filter I had for like noise gates, not shit, it's all gone. I don't know why. I did try and do something earlier on for like sound stuff, but I guess I can't reset a bunch of things, so this stream's going to be kind of bad for noise. I'll try my best not to shout so it doesn't peak too bad, you know, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, this is full screen, by the way, so is he centered to you, yes or no? That's a full screen version. For my bingo, I kind of zoom in a wee bit, you know, so it's like this. But for the bingo side, you know, for the full screen, you can see Phil this is him being centre, apparently. So, make of that what you will. Is he centred, aye or no? Mic sounds not too bad, that's alright, but the fact is, it's like, I'm used to having things on it just so, like, if I yell, if I just start fucking yelling my fucking head off like that, I'll kind of peak and go into the red on the levels, not shit. If I get too quiet as well, it won't boost it if I get a bit too quiet. So I do sometimes enjoy going a bit quiet, but it doesn't seem to pick up massively well sometimes. So I'll try and get the settings sorted after the stream so we can go back to normal for next week, tomorrow's one. So I'm just saying sorry in advance.
Okay. Right now I'm in the final dungeon. I could just run right to the end and beat the game within an hour, I would think. Okay? But the super bosses are what we've been preparing for and grinding for. I want to take them on. They do take a while to beat, and they're also very difficult. There's like strategies you have to use against them in order to beat them. Okay? So that being said, I want to get it done, but at the same time, we didn't really finish grinding. We didn't finish doing the grind again with certain materia. Like, I wanted to get a mimic materia for every person. Right now I have 2. If I had 3, then you could do a very powerful summon, and then each person could in a row mimic, and just keep doing it in a row without even MP cost. Okay, which is the whole idea of what you do against these weapons to beat them. I don't have enough yet. So I'm thinking we may have to grind a little more today. We might even have to do like an hour of grinding to max out the mimic materia, get another copy, and also the W summon materia, which is the materia that allows you to summon twice. So I need to have, well, I guess technically you only need 1. Technically you only need 1 W summon materia, because then when you mimic, you'll always do the double summon after. But I do need, I do want to make a duplicate of Knights of the Round as well, the most powerful summon materia. That way I have a backup in case someone just happens to die by accident and like, shit, they were the one who had Knights of the Round. Is that way we could have it on the other character. But anyway, we may have to do a little bit more grinding. And I'm thinking, man, if we end up doing a little bit more grinding and then we do the boss fights, maybe we won't beat it today. So I don't know. I'm second guessing myself because I don't remember exactly how long it takes to kill these bosses. And I don't remember how long the end of the game is. So I basically don't want to sit here and be like, we're definitely finishing the playthrough today, and then we don't do it, and I feel like I'm an asshole because I promised you something and we didn't get it done. Okay? However, there is a possibility we will. So we'll see what happens. As you know, when we play Final Fantasy VII, it's a nice chill atmosphere. It's kind of been the summer-long chill RPG playthrough. I've really enjoyed it. So we'll just approach it with that attitude today. We'll have a good time, and we'll see what happens. Okay? There you go. Tonight on the late stream, something very special. It is Sunday Night Bites. That means it's my weekly Bassmaster Fishing 2022 stream. And the cool thing about this, without spoiling, I have purchased a tackle kit that has a variety of fishing lures. Now, a lot of these are tiny and would not work, but some of them are quite large and nice, okay? Without spoiling and pulling them out and showing them to you, here's an example of some of the fishing lures that I have. So why do I have this? Well, number one, I think it would be kind of neat to just kind of pull out some fishing lures and mess around with them during the fishing stream and show you what some of these things are that you could actually use when you really fish. But in addition to that, as I said, we're starting up something new this week. Whenever I do my Sunday Night Bite stream, if we hit the $100 tips goal, that means I put on the fisherman's hat that I have, and you will choose one of these lures to be added to the hat. And each week that we hit that $100 tips goal, we will have a new lure added until finally the hat is completely decked out like a real fisherman's hat. Okay? So I think that'd be pretty neat. And again, I hope you'll join me here tonight, especially if you like chill interaction and fun rather than, oh, so worried about progress in a game or whatever. It's really not what it's about. It's about just relaxing, having a good time, fishing, and seeing what you can catch, and trying to get new records and stuff like that. Eventually, if we want, I can enter the fishing tournament, which is in the game. But for now, we're totally just enjoying the chill vibe of the game. Going to these different locations, rivers, lakes, and trying to get big fish, right? So there you go. That's exciting. I hope to see you tonight, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time for that. Tomorrow, on the main gameplay stream, we pick up with Madden. I started playing Madden on Friday. I created my character, and we went a little bit through the face of the league. I don't know. Whatever the name of the career mode is. I don't even remember if that's what it's called. And you guys seem to like it, so we're going to continue on. Now, keep in mind, it's a 10-hour game trial. Right now, there's about 7 hours left. So 3 more hours of that on Monday. Monday night, we're going to go back to 2 Point Campus. The 4th campus is night school, and I don't mean going to school in the evening. I mean actual, like, medieval knights in shining armor school. So that'll be interesting to see knights marching around a campus trying to learn how to be chivalrous. Anyway, that'll be fun. That'll be different, okay? You know what? I know what it is. I know what's going on here. I know exactly what's going on here. That was exactly what was going on. It was too far to the left because yesterday I moved that too, so we could get the vacuum into the closet, and it wasn't in the right position. Now it's properly centered, and it looks like I'm between the two. There we go. I was wondering, like, why is it so off slightly? Just slightly. There we go. All right. So anyway, yes, tomorrow night, 2 Point Campus continues. I'm excited for night school. Then, on Tuesday, a new release. An actual, like, anticipated new release coming out on Tuesday. It is the Saints Row reboot, restarting, or is it? Is it Saints Row 5? I don't know. They're calling it Saints Row. I don't know what it is, all right? But it's on Tuesday. Yes, I will be playing it. What console will I be playing it on? I have no idea. I haven't even thought about it yet. I'm not sure. I'm assuming it's probably the full price on each console, right? It's probably like 60 or 70 bucks. They're probably going to charge, how much do you want to bet they're going to charge? 70 bucks. I bet they do. But anyway, we'll be starting up that playthrough on Tuesday as the main gameplay stream. I'm interested to see what the hell they've done with this franchise after it being dead for so long, okay? And then Tuesday night, it's Multiverses. Yes, I finally get to play Multiverses this week after almost a week away from it. And the new character Morty is releasing Tuesday night.
Hold on a second, I thought he was playing that shit in a day stream. I thought he agreed with his fans that he was going to start playing that in a day stream to see if it got better support, you know, and tips and all that shit. What happened to that? Why is he gone back to night streams for that shit? Has he done a day stream of that game yet? If so, did it do it? Actually, I can fucking asking you guys, I can check myself. We have a tips tracker, we can check ourselves. Multiverses, was it happening? Did it happen at any point? Did it happen at any fucking point recently? I don't think he's done it as a day stream game yet. Yeah, he said he would, but he's not done it yet. It's all been night stream. All been night stream games. I look at the last Multiverses game, had $100, over $100 raised for a night stream, and yet he said he's going to do day streams of it, and he's still no sign of it.
And apparently there's going to be other changes and things unlocked. I'm not sure if they're actually going to have ranked matches. It would be nice if they did, but I guess we'll see what happens with that and try Morty out, okay? So then on Wednesday, likely it's going to be more Saints Row, and I'm likely going to pair it with more 2 Point Campus. And yes, I am still here on Thursday. So on Thursday, you know, it's up to you. Do you want to see me maybe finish this if I haven't finished it yet? Do you want to see more Madden? Do you want to see even more Saints Row? It would kind of be in your control. Maybe we'll do a poll or something to determine what you actually want to see on Thursday streams. And probably Thursday night will be more Multiverses, okay? Friday is my day off this coming week. So that means, yes, 5 more streaming days this week. It's a lot coming, okay? The other cool thing is when I return on Saturday, there's another new release, Pac-Man World Repacked. It is the modern re-release of Pac-Man World, a game that a lot of you have told me over the years about that you really liked. In fact, earlier this year, remember I played that Pac-Man collection on Xbox? So when I was playing that, you guys were like, oh, is Pac-Man World in there? Because I love it. And I was like, no, I don't even know what that is. Apparently, a lot of people grew up playing this game, and I never even heard of it. So it is coming out later this week, and I'll be playing that on Saturday because I'm not here on Friday. Technically, it comes out on Friday, but I'm not here. So that'll be on Saturday, okay? And then Saturday night is Friday Night Fights. I guess we'll rebrand it Saturday Night Fights, the old school fighting game fun in the Capcom Fighting Collection, because I'm not here Friday. We'll do it Saturday night. It was interesting because on Friday I did a poll. I said, when would you guys want this? And they said Saturday. So that's when we're doing it on Saturday, okay? Ow. Now, there's actually more new releases at the end of the month. On August 30th, it's Destroy All Humans 2 Remaster. Similar to the collection that we played a couple of years ago. It's the same thing. They remade the game now with modernized graphics and everything. So we'll be checking that out. And yes, there is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection coming out on August 30th as well. However, I'm saving that because that coming weekend, that first weekend of September, so it'll be, I think, September 3rd, that Saturday, I'm going to be doing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles pizza party celebration event. During that day, I'm going to be playing a variety of games out of that Cowabunga collection. Likely some of the NES games that I grew up playing at home, some of the arcade games that I played in arcades that were some of the first games to ever get me to play arcade games, and there's fighting games in there too that I'll be checking out. So as we play through that, I'll be doing some offline play, some online play, because some of the games will actually have online co-op enabled, which is nice, and also online competitive play with the fighting games. And as we're doing that, I'm going to order pizza. I'm going to eat pizza during the course of the stream. And of course, I'll urge those of you at home who are staying home to watch, maybe get some pizza yourself, and we all kind of have a pizza party together, celebrating the history of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm sure we'll be talking about Ninja Turtles all day long, okay? So that's coming up right there in early, like roughly 2 weeks from today. Well, 2 weeks from yesterday, okay? So that's pretty cool. That's the good stuff coming up, all right? Now, what else do I want to talk about before we kind of recap yesterday? I do want to point your attention to this right here. We are now on the 21st of August. That means there's 9 days left, right? No, wait. 30 days past September, April, June, and November. There's 31 days in August, so there's 10 days left in the month. All right, so a third left in the month. We really have not talked about or focused on this at all. Admittedly, this month, I've appealed to you guys quite a bit, asking for help in regards to things like tips a lot, and I really appreciate that you guys did help me so much this month with that, okay? Now would be a great opportunity if you've not been a member, or if you were a member and it lapsed, or if you were looking to help out the channel in a great positive way, maybe you want to give some memberships, now would be a great time to focus on this in the last 10 days of the month. Let's see if we can make it happen, because if we hit that 600 member goal, excuse me, if we hit the 600 member goal, I'll be doing a special event in September, the Rage-a-thon. This is when you guys will nominate and vote on rage-inducing games for me to be playing during a marathon-style stream, probably in late September, okay? Haven't done this in many years, actually, and over the years, sometimes you guys pick really good games that are very difficult and rage-inducing, and sometimes not so much. But I think this time around, because it's been so long, people will get the idea, and I think we'll actually get some really rage-inducing stuff in there for a special kind of stream, okay? So, I think it would be pretty awesome if you guys could support in any way. And I thank you in advance to anyone who supports this channel in any way. Simply liking a stream, or liking an on-demand video, or leaving a comment helps. Super chats, super stickers, tips, all help. But just want to start emphasizing this by the end of the month, since the month is starting to wind down. Now would be a great opportunity to try to focus on memberships. Okay? Okay. So, I think that's about all I really have to recap. I was looking at game news. Here's the thing. This Tuesday looks like it's going to be a giant day for...
I said, here's a thing. That's a bingo. I'll just mark it off. Here's a thing. Where we fucking go. One down. Hopefully several more to go.
game news because Gamescom is going on. If you're not aware, Gamescom is the European game trade show it's kind of like European E3. Even though E3 doesn't exist anymore, it does still kind of exist in Europe, okay? They're doing a digital show in the middle of the afternoon that apparently is going to have tons of game announcements and things, but I covered all that shit back in June, and quite frankly, we've been waiting so long for a new game release, a major one. And now Saints Row's coming out on Tuesday, and fucking Gamescom's exactly the same time. It's like, give me a break. So, here's the deal. I'm not covering Gamescom live, alright? I know some people will be doing live reacts to Gamescom because they're going to have game announcements and shit. I'm just going to play Saints Row and have fun with you guys on the stream. And I'm sure you guys will be telling me about any new huge game announcements and things that happen during that. And I'll have to cover it as kind of a recap later on. Probably, on the podcast on Wednesday morning, we'll recap any giant announcements that came out of Gamescom. There may be some. They are saying there's going to be the first major footage of Sonic Frontiers, and there's going to be this, and there's going to be that. I'm like, that's great. Why couldn't you fucking talk about that 2 months ago? Like, why you got to wait till now, the day of a fucking big new release that everyone's waiting for? Now you got to do it. It's like, whatever. So anyway, yeah. So that will happen on Tuesday, and I'm sure we'll be talking about that stuff eventually. All right.
Is that defense mode for him trying to justify not covering the event? He's saying that because the event coincides with fucking a reboot of a Saints Row game, he's not going to cover it. That feels like defense mode to me. He's justifying not covering the event because of a game. Defense mode, people are saying yes, definitely. Okay, cool. It's set. There we go.
Cool. All right, so the meat of what I want to talk about on today's podcast is what went down yesterday. And there's two parts to that, obviously. The first half is me reacting to This Is How You Don't Play Metal Gear Solid 2. And the other half is me talking about the closet clean out and how it concluded and what's left to do and new things that came out of it, etc., etc. Okay? So, in regards to first of all, thank you, Audio Object Baxter, for re-upping your membership. I appreciate that. So, in regards to the react to This Is How You Don't Play Metal Gear Solid 2, there was a lot of drama around it for multiple reasons. First of all, because it was the first time I was ever going to majorly publicly address a This Is How You Don't Play About Me. Ever. All over the years, 10 years, these things have been coming out, right? And although I've said things like, oh, anyone who watches them is a jerk when you're stealing my content, and a lot of negative backlash, well, I should say a negative lashing out from me towards them and anyone who watches them, but also negative backlash on the internet against me for the way that I basically responded to them. You know what I'm saying?
Shut the fuck up. That's a years ago story. I'm taking it. Double bingo.
So I get that. I get that now. I didn't get that back.
Oh, it's a triple bingo. It's a triple bingo, actually. It's diagonal as well. Members react, snort, years ago story, pigsplain, top, left to bottom right. One single square resulted in a triple bingo.
Then I explained all this, of course, in my react, but this was the first time that I was ever going to formally address this kind of thing publicly and actually watching it back to see what was said in it, because I've seen excerpts and I've seen clips from them, but I never actually just sat there and watched one in its entirety. Okay? Well, the drama surrounding this was that at the last minute, literally just a couple days before I was going to do the marathon yesterday, the original creator of this video, Evil AJ, decided to private the videos. Now, of course, there's all kinds of speculation on the internet why he did it. Some people said he did it because he was threatened legally by someone, or that he would get takedown notices. Bullshit. That he doesn't just magically do it 2 days before the marathon event, but leave up all the other content he's taken from me over the years. If he was being threatened, he would have just privated his whole channel to avoid that issue. So that's complete bullshit. Okay? He literally never wanted to publicly say why he did it. oh, I have many reasons, but then he doesn't say the reasons. Okay? Here's the reason. Evil AJ is an attention-seeking fucking, loser. He always was. He was someone who was so butthurt at me because I blocked him from talking in my video comments many, many years ago, over a decade ago, that he took it upon himself to obsess over this so badly, he made the first This Is How You Don't Play. So here we are 10 years later. This guy has stalked me over the years, tried to hunt me down in ranked matches and all kinds of shit in Street Fighter games, then lagging up his connection to cheat and get cheesy wins, and then actually upload montages of him beating me in Street Fighter. He literally just the other day says on Twitter, Phil still won't admit that I'm better than him at Street Fighter.
I mean, he beat your ass at a government mule, What the fuck do you expect? He played you, he beat that ass senseless, time and time again. Except the fact that you got your ass whooped by a detractor. And by the way, Evil AJ is making very little of us overall. Very little of us overall. He never even watched the fucking thing yesterday. He didn't tune in to what you were doing yesterday. He just fucking got on with things. He didn't pay attention to what was going on. I asked him, I went and talked to him today. He's like, you watching this shit? Did you catch any of that garbage? He's like, no, I didn't pay attention to it. And I told him, Phil, apologise for being mean about This Is How You Don't Play. Which I didn't really. In fact, it's funny, man. Phil, over the years, has not only said that Evil AJ should get taken away with the white coats and he should be in a mental institution. Phil has gone as far as saying he's actually insulted Evil AJ's own mother. That is how far Phil has gone with his own toxicity. What has Evil AJ done to incur such a thing? He made This Is How You Don't Play, and he beat Phil a few times in Street Fighter. That is it. That is essentially it. He made This Is How You Don't Play, and he beat Phil a few times in Street Fighter. And because of all this, Phil just cannot handle the guy. He's public enemy number one. If you want a definition of petty, is Phil, let's be honest. Now, to Ronan, you've got to respect AJ's wish to not want to do that. He doesn't want to kind of go for that route himself. He's not made a big deal of any of this. The only one that's made a big deal of this is Phil, and to a point, some detractors. But Evil AJ didn't have to do anything. He's already got what he wanted from it, Evil AJ's been talked about by detractors and Phil fans, and all I had to do was fucking make a video private. It's just, Evil AJ is free to do what he wants. He's not done anything like bad or whatever. He's enjoying the shit show. Fair play to him, Phil is his own worst enemy. Okay, guys, Phil is always going to be his own worst enemy. People need to kind of remember this fact, that the worst detractor in the world to Phil is Phil himself. He is terrible at fucking managing situations. He's terrible at managing money. He always ends up shooting himself in his own gout-ridden foot. Never forget, guys, that Phil is his own worst enemy, always.
What? What are you talking about? What? Oh my god. If you want to talk about someone who has a disconnect from fucking reality, dude, okay, you beat me in a handful of matches online with laggy connections in imperfect ports of Super Turbo over the years, cheating to win. You're not better than me at Street Fighter, you fucking idiot. Oh my god. The sad fact is he's actually serious. He actually, in his little mind, believes that he's serious, that he's better than me. I mean, Anyway. That being said, to get attention once again, trying to get attention off of me, he tried to privatize his video of This Is How You Don't Play Metal Gear Solid 2. Of course, didn't do anything because a million people who don't like him all gave me ridiculous amounts of links to it all over the internet. And so the project went forward as planned. Keep in mind, I was completely protected by fair use law.
Phil has uploaded on his channel. Keep in mind, Phil has the video uploaded in its entirety on his channel. If Evil AJ had a link to that channel, he could strike it down to say someone else has stolen his content. Phil essentially stole it. Yeah, Phil has essentially stolen the content. It was on his channel, it was uploaded on his channel when he was reacting to it in its entirety. I don't even think Phil private the video himself. I think he just had it as unlisted. I'm not entirely sure how Phil's got it on his channel. All I know is that the link is unknown. Phil's version is unknown, link-wise. And it doesn't really matter because Evil Age's version is back up again, I'm pretty certain. So, that's that.
Excuse me. As well as him giving me permission to react to the video months prior.
Wrong, Phil, wrong. At first he was giving you permission to maybe react to Metal Gear Solid 3. It was in the title of the tweet, it was in the tweet you showed images of. You showed the pictures of the tweet yourself. Metal Gear Solid 3. Not 2, not 1, 3. And then he rescinded that permission, which apparently in Phil's world isn't allowed. If you ever say no to Phil at any point in time, if you said yes once, one time, he's going to go with that.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Al Gore Fan 4, for subscribing to the channel. Much appreciated. But yeah, I don't understand why Phil thinks it's okay to ignore someone screaming no if they said yes before at one time. That's a terrifying thought. Like, it's the kind of thought that makes you think, how does he treat women in his life that might say no to him? Because he said yes one time last week, Phil's just going to assume that he means yes now? I mean, I'm being genuinely serious here. I know Phil's got zero libido and has only lost it for WWE champions. But the fact of the matter is, this is a man that said openly that if you say yes one time ever, he's going to go with that no matter how many times you scream no afterwards. Permission in the past is all Phil needs, even if you deny him in the future. He got permission one time in the past, apparently, semi-half-heartedly. I cannot, I'm a big guy and I can't speak, but it's like, there's women out there that tell men no, and they're ignored. Has Liana been ignored by Phil in the past? Is Kat being ignored by Phil now? When they say no, has Phil ignored them? I think it's a genuine query if this is Phil's mentality for ignoring permissions. His thinking for permissions like this is warped. No means no, Phil.
But he was such a fucking idiot, he had forgotten all about that. Okay? Anyway, it went well, alright? It definitely went well. We enjoyed watching it together, and if anything, I had a few insights from reacting to this video, okay? Insight number one. I can totally understand why maybe someone who didn't understand my shtick from back in the day thought that this was me totally being disrespectful to the Metal Gear Solid franchise. Because back then, the way I played games was literally rush through them as fast as you could, get that playthrough done, upload it to the internet, move on to the next game. I never took the time, alright, never, to learn proper game mechanics, to immerse myself in a game world, alright? If there was a game that usually had a ton of side content or interesting stuff, I would skip it, okay? I was the guy who was known that I would buy a game at launch, alright? Play through it as quickly as possible, upload the playthrough to the internet.
You'd also buy the guide for the game so you wouldn't have to fucking worry about trying to learn the goddamn thing because you're such a fucking lazy bastard that you haven't got time to learn the mechanics of a game. All you got to do is just fucking rapidly get through it so you can get that instant machinima money. Immediate views. Get all them views, Phil, for fucking day one views.
internet, get to the next game. So if you're watching me play Metal Gear Solid 2, and I'm literally ignoring what the game's telling me to do, I'm not learning the mechanics of sneaking. I'm not learning the difference between shooting in third person and first person.
It's a fucking stealth game. It's a stealth fucking game. The fucking core mechanic of Metal Gear Solid is stealth infiltration. And he's just... yeah. This bastard just annoys me too much, man.
I'm so dumb for not paying attention and trying to rush through the game, right? I can understand how this is so frustrating. You can even find it as kind of disrespectful to the game, especially when I'm saying things like, oh, this game is shitty, the controls are bad, and you know, really the gameplay isn't anything special and stuff like that. But again, that was my shtick back in the day. My shtick was rush through the game, okay, beat it as quick as possible, and kind of brush everything off. Never admit fault. Make fun of the game developers. Again, this was a running thing in all my videos back then, to make fun of the game developers. No game developer was safe. I would make fun.
Money, oh, money, yeah, money.
Thank you very much, Klaus Mystery, for a super chat. It says copium segment. I agree. This is not only copium. This is retconning. This is retconning to the max. He's trying to pretend that he was not the realest motherfucker on the internet all those years ago. That was part of his shtick, part of his persona, you know, part of his internet image that it wasn't really him. Phil was apparently never being real in the first place when he told us he was all being real. So what's the real Phil? Well, the real Phil Burnell, please stand up. Because have we ever seen the real Phil Burnell? I don't think we've ever seen the real Phil Burnell. Because at times he says he's being real, and then retcons that to say he wasn't being real after all. We do not know who the fucking real Phil Burnell is. Do we want to know who the fucking real Phil Burnell is? I don't think we do. Excuses, and more damned excuses as for why he's a fucking piece of shit. Hey Chris Tanks, how you doing? What are you saying? Hi King Jad. I have been watching this train wreck of a man on the iPad, so couldn't comment till now. OMG, this man is a total asshole. He is so removed from reality. Yeah, Chris, thanks. You have no idea, to be honest, pal. This is tip of the iceberg for you, pal. This is tip of the fucking iceberg. I mean, there's so much to unwrap with this guy. There's so much to uncover. The amount of shit this guy's done over the years. You know, it's incredible, man. It really is. But welcome to the streams, and thank you for watching.
Fun of them all, okay? And people liked it. Seriously, people really enjoyed it. That was something that was a running thing. That, okay, you know, that's, if we go to Darkside Phil's channel, we're gonna find a guy who basically is kind of narcissistic, acts like his shit doesn't stink, even though it's obvious just by watching 5 minutes of his gameplay that he's making tons of mistakes, but he'll never admit it. He just wants to pretend like it's the game, and, you know, people had a good laugh at that. That's why I was popular back in the day. But it was only when I played Metal Gear Solid 2 that all of a sudden people didn't get the joke. Literally, any other playthrough I'd done before then was fine. But the moment I played Metal Gear, oh my god, it was like that was the end-all be-all. You ruined everything on the internet, okay? So, basically, this is How You Don't Play is a good highlight of that kind of style of gameplay that I did back then. But interestingly enough, as I'm going back and watching through my own playthrough of Metal Gear Solid 2, something very interesting and apparent happens, okay? I actually realized to myself that even for me, all right?
Money, yeah, money, oh, money, yeah, money.
Thank you very much again, Klaus Mystery, for super chat. It says, it's a prank, dude. Yeah. Phil's never been seen. Anytime Phil does something that gets him in trouble or makes him look bad, it's him never been serious. You know, it's all him fucking just, I'm joking. That's not really me. That was a shtick. That was an angle. That was a thing. That was a bit. It's never really me. That wasn't the real me, guys. Calm down. It's okay. Every single fucking time. Hey, Yami Jack, I hope you do well. Take care of those chores. And yeah, catch you later on. Cheers. He's just fucking Phil. Anytime he fucking has to try and take some responsibility for some things he does in life, he's like, oh, by the way, that wasn't really me being me, though. There's an excuse for that. There's a reason for that. It's never just a case of holding his hands up and saying, yeah, I'm a cunt. Or I was a cunt then at this thing. Or, you know, it's never anything to do with that, really, usually. Let me just rewind this a wee bit so we can see the full thing what he's about to say.
Something very interesting and apparent happens, okay? I actually realized to myself that even for me, all right, at one point, that style of content wears itself thin and basically like overstays its welcome. And what I mean by that is there was a point we were like maybe 3/4 through This Is How You Don't Play, and I'm like, you know, I just realized something. If I were watching this playthrough of mine, I would stop watching it right now, because you understand that the person is never going to learn the game mechanics. The person is never going to give any effort to understand the story. This person is literally playing the game just to finish it. And I kind of tried to explain that, you know, in the playthrough, excuse me, in the react. I was like, back then what would happen is, originally when I tried to play a game, I would just jump into it and try to mess around with it. Then I would actually try to give a little bit of effort to learn the game mechanics of the game. But then, if I faltered, failed, or had issue, I would get tilted, which means I would be like a bull in a china shop. Like my rage would hit me, and I'd be like, fuck this. I don't care about the game mechanics. I don't care about the story. I don't care about nothing. I just want this done. And I would try to turbo through a game in the stupidest way. Watch me play Metal Gear Solid 2. I'm trying to bully my way through all the enemies, flip through them and shit. I just don't give a shit at all. All right? About what I'm doing in this game. I just want it done with. All right? And admittedly, that's a terrible way to go through a game. And I did that all the time back then. So, yeah, I can understand why there was a backlash against me. I can understand why people would have been upset with that playthrough. Now, do I think that it should have gone to the point where everyone wants to destroy me and my history as a content creator and my business in general and my private life and my existence on this planet? No, that's going a little overboard. And that's literally what ended up happening over the course of 10 years afterward, is when this movement against me started, it was, okay, Darkside Phil is very popular on YouTube, but does he really deserve it? His playthroughs aren't great. Are they funny? Yes, but some can argue it's funny for all the wrong reasons. He doesn't try, he doesn't research, there's no effort put into it, and even though he does beat the majority of games he plays, they're not entertaining if you actually like the games. If you want to see someone flub through a game and swear like a sailor, there you go. But outside of that, where's the entertainment factor? There's so many other people putting out playthroughs out there of higher quality.
He's basically admitting that his own old shit was not entertaining. He's actually kind of semi-admitting now that all he did was turbocharge through games and it wasn't even entertaining back then, even though it was kind of how he built up most of his audience. The majority of his subscribers obviously was gained around about this time. And he's seemingly acknowledging now that he was not entertaining back then. No, he's not entertaining now. He thinks he is, but he wasn't. I don't know, it's just kind of weird that Phil seems to be admitting this. This fucking legacy, he's so proud of his fucking legacy on YouTube. He's so proud of it, you know. I've been so many years as a content creator on YouTube making videos. And now he's saying he wasn't even fucking now he's seemingly admitting he's not even fucking entertaining, and it wasn't entertaining back then anyway. Apparently, Phil just seems to acknowledge just now that he was never entertaining back then, and yet people just seem to like it for some fucking reason. It's very confusing to me. It really is very confusing where he's trying to go with this.
You should pay attention to them instead of him. And if people kept it at that, that might have been all right. But here's what happened. I reacted negatively to This Is How You Don't Play. I ended up raging against anyone who made them as well as watched them.
That's because you were a petty, jealous little bitch. You've seen these videos getting tons of fucking views. People were enjoying their content of your shit more than your fucking raw, unedited content, because their fucking content that they made, that This Is How You Don't Play format, was far more digestible for people. People didn't have to fucking sit through 70 hours of you stumbling and bumbling through some game like some dumb fuck. Instead, they could fucking get through like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours at most or whatever of you fucking playing a game very poorly. It's the fucking most entertaining parts of the fucking game condensed and put into a nice little montage. People enjoyed that far more. It should have screamed to you right then and there, Phil, that people were screaming out for you to edit your fucking shit Cut out all the boring crap and only keep in the bits that's fucking entertaining and worth watching. The majority of most fucking video game playthroughs by anyone does in a raw format is not going to be that fucking interesting. Not unless they actually have the fucking personality to be able to be interesting in between all the boring shits of a game. There's parts of fucking video games that when things get boring in a game, it is up to the fucking guy playing it to be interesting for his audience. You have no fucking, nothing to you, Phil. Screams this is an interesting person. He's a fascinating creature, Phil Burnell. But has he got a good personality? He's got zero fucking personality. No fucking warmth, no empathy, none of that shit. He's a guy who holds fucking petty grudges from fucking decades ago. He resents his parents for not getting a fucking Wolverine toy. He resents Evil AJ for making a society don't play. He resents John Rambo for not being his friend anymore. He resents Howard for fucking taking John Rambo away from him. He resents Respect the Pack for fucking wanting money for fucking making Project 7. He resents everyone. Liana for fucking leaving him. He probably even resents Kat because she's such a fucking dumb moron that breaks shit all the fucking time around the house. Oh, she broke the fucking shower. Oh, she fucking broke the hoover. Oh, she broke this. She broke that. She broke this and that and everything else. The fact that, that shows you how much that fucking Kat really loves her man. It was the first time that she seems to have hoovered in that fucking office in like a year, maybe? Who fucking knows? Phil clearly resents his wife. As she can't even be arsed to clean up his office. And you'd think when Phil's out doing his errands or whatever, that'll be the perfect time for Kat to sneak into the office and give it a wee hoover or something, while she's home alone. Nah, she doesn't. Train, have you seen ahead in future? I think Train's got knowledge of the future. I think we should catch up.
Saying things such as, if you watch This Is How You Don't Play, you're stealing from me. Okay? Why did I say those things? Because back in the day, technically that was true. Back in the day, things were a lot different. There was no other way to monetize your content. I wasn't an interactive live streamer. I didn't depend.
Okay, 1.25 speed. Here we go.
On crowdfunding during streams to make a living. Instead, it was all dependent on, hey, what kind of ad revenue am I making on this today? And if someone's watching my content elsewhere because they ripped it off my channel without my permission and edited it into their own This Is How You Don't Play product, and if people are only watching my content over there and not on my own channel, I'm not making money on my own content anymore because someone stole it. Okay? So 10 years ago, this was a very different situation. Today, oh my God, has the internet and everything changed? Now you can't even make a living on ad revenue if you wanted to on YouTube. You've got to be diversifying your content in other ways and monetizing things in other ways to do this for a living. Okay? Today, it doesn't matter if someone makes a negative montage about me because people will still come to the streams to support them no matter what, and that's where my business comes from, you see? But back then, like, this was me seeing it as someone's literally taking food out of my mouth because this should have been my income watching the content on my channel, and instead you're watching it somewhere else, all right? Now, of course, you could argue for and against that argument, transformative work-wise and the like, okay? But I reacted really poorly to that, and what ended up happening was, over the last decade, instead of it just being, okay, Phil's content is kind of hackish, it's funny to watch, but it's definitely not high caliber or highbrow stuff. Perhaps you should realize that and diversify what you watch and watch other people who do better quality stuff. That's one thing. But instead it became, how can we actually insult or hurt Phil as much as we possibly can? Included taking it to the extent of DDoSing, swatting, destroying my YouTube channel with false copyright claims and takedowns.
I'm going to say this up front as clear as I can. I have not known a single detractor that has been happy that Phil got swatted. And it wasn't even technically swatted. The police were outside, right? He was playing Batman, right? The police were outside because he got some sort of call that there was a hostage situation. But apparently Phil, and actually I give Phil credit for this. I give Phil credit for actually alerting the police to this being a possibility. He apparently informed the police that there might be a prank call because he's an internet personality. Somebody might have do some false thing about him at one point. They were outside the door, they had bullhorns on, come out please, whatever. So he went and got Liana, they went outside. 2 police came in and said, oh yeah, it's just a bunch of gamer shit. This is what I'm saying. I give Phil credit If he actually had the foresight to warn the police ahead of time to say it could happen, but no detractor that I know has been happy that that happened to Phil in the first place. That does not do anything good for detractors. That gives Phil a very good reason to elicit pity and sympathy from his fans, which is the last thing most detractors want Phil to have to do. He had a very airtight reason here to go after detractors. He has all the ammunition he needed here to just fucking go off on detractors here. And he did. He made a video that fucking night saying, "You guys practically held a gun to my head. You almost got me killed." He's blaming "this is how you don't play," saying "this is how you don't play, nearly got me killed. You detractors nearly got me killed. You pieces of shit that fucking make fun of me on the internet almost got me killed." This is the fucking shit that he fucking spun after he could think about how he can fucking twist this fucking thing happening to me to my advantage. This is exactly what fucking happened. No detractor that I know was happy that he got fucking swatted. Phil he can pretend otherwise, Phil. But I don't know a single fucking detractor that was actually happy that he had the fucking police come out to him and give him that reason to elicit more sympathy and, fucking begging for some more, pity and all that shit. Not one fucking detractor I know was happy with that shit.
Slanderously talking about conspiracy theories and things that literally don't fucking exist all over the internet about me and circle jerking each other to the point where they all believe it when none of it is true. All right? It's gotten to the point where now there's insanely ludicrous, over the top, exaggerated things said about me that literally thousands of people just think it's fact. Well, so many people said it over the years, it must be true. It's not, but they just believe it because that's where it went, instead of it just being...
Give us examples, Phil. Please give us an example. Give us an example. Please, Phil, give us some examples of some of these things that detractors have been saying over the years, which are apparently very strange and untrue. Klaus Mystery, that is unknown. That's debatable. Klaus Mystery is saying that Phil was caught on his phone playing WWE Championship yesterday. I know it kind of looks kind of like that, but it also kind of looks like one of the lock screens for the iPhone 6. Debatable. It's very debatable. It could be WWE Champions and it could be the iPhone lock screen. I will say it is debatable. We have seen Phil play WWE Champions before on his daily rap from the 24th of July. We know he's got it on his phone, we know he plays on his phone, we know he's very open to, he doesn't care these days anymore, it seems. But yesterday, during the stream, debatable whether it was WWE Champions or not. But yeah, he absolutely does play it on his breaks. We've got evidence of that.
All right, let's make fun of Phil's gameplay. It was let's destroy his life so we can get laughs on the internet. All right? And it just really sucks, okay? It just really sucks because it's a situation where...
Dashy's asking me to check Evil Age's Twitter. Alright. 2 seconds, guys. Let me derail so I can check their Twitter. Alright. Dark side of Phil. Right, Evil Age, where are you? Where are you, you wee bastard? Jesus Christ, it's just taking fucking forever. Alright, I'll just search in here. There you go. What's he saying? Champions, nah, to be fair, it could be Champions, but nah, TJ has since tweeted, so hang on. Yeah, he tweeted it, so TJ Gamebox had shown the tweet saying he thinks it's a screen, but since then he thinks it could be a wallpaper, a wallpaper for a sunset. It's very close. He wants me to scroll further. Sorry. Is it this Dashy? Talk about this thing here. The tweet longer. You talk about this thing. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This could be the screensaver. Show Fred. Show Fred. Show Fred. Is it this Fred? Dashy. Is it this Fred here you want to show? Just so I want to make sure I don't piss off Dashy too much, man. I think I'm giving him brain damage. Right, Dashy, if it's this thread you want me to show, I'll open this thread up. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure. And you want to go to Evil Age's response? Is that what it is? Oh my god, there's a lot of fucking tweets here, aren't there? Probably would have been easier just to kind of look at, all the... Oh my... One of the videos. You mean this video here? Well, that's not a video. I assume you want me to see this in, like this. That's not a video. That got baited. That's a print screen of a video. This is a video.
Because now we've done before and after, basically. Because now we've done before and after, basically. Because now we've done before and after, basically. Because now we've done before and after, basically.
Is this what you want, Dashi? Or is this what you wanted? The thing is, though, it might not be WWE Champions, guys, okay? It's possible it's not. It could be in that instance, but it's also possible it could be like a picture of, like, it's like some sort of lock screen. Yeah, back to Bingo. Thank you very much.
If I waste time, right, addressing shit like that, essentially what ends up happening is, it's just a waste of time. You can't, when you get an obsessed group of people like that, this is not just people who don't like the gameplay from the original This Is How You Don't plays, right? When you address that group of people, all you do is give them the attention they want, and then they just go even crazier, right? But from time to time, you at least got to say something about it, right? But, you know, it is what it is. You know, this is where we are 10 years later. But man, it was interesting to go back and watch this original video and where its roots came from and say, wow, how did that 57-minute video turn into the shit that's out there today? That's just crazy to think about, isn't it? It's also crazy to think about 10 years later, Evil AJ is still obsessing over me, constantly tweeting about me, constantly hate watching my content, constantly can't shut the fuck up and move on with his life. I mean, Jesus effing Christ. You know, the other day I said something on my stream. I said, don't you think that in 10 years of someone would be following this guy on Twitter and look at his Twitter and how messed up it is, that this guy's so obsessed with me, and someone would have reached out to him, like a family member or a loved one, and said, hey, listen, this is really bad. Like, you need help. You need to move on from this obsession. We don't know what the hell's going on with you. But, dude, it's 10 fucking years. Aren't you going to do anything about it to change your life for the better and forget this shit? And actually, someone said something to me on the stream that made me feel bad. And they were like, you know, he probably doesn't have anybody like that. You know, he's probably by himself. And therefore, he's left to his own devices to do fucked up stuff like this endlessly. And no one's there to tell him, hey, here's something better to do with life. And I was like, damn, you know what? That I could kind of understand that. There was a time in my life when I didn't feel like I had anything going for me. I was depressed. I was fucked up in my head. And I would obsess over dumb shit. Really, like, I've been there. And now I'm in such a better position. And all you can do is hope that people like that eventually will find something better for themselves so they can stop hyper-focusing on this nonsensical bullshit on the internet, right? So that being said, you know, it is what it is. I reacted to it. It was a fun project. The videos are live right now on the channel. Please give them a look. And by the way, I should say this. I was threatened by multiple parties, not Evil AJ, but other multiple parties were contacting me. Oh, we're going to strike you down with false copyright strikes. So they literally said, we're going to break the law and issue false copyright strikes against you and your channel for doing this react. You know, so far, it hasn't happened, thank God. I would hope that, again, as I said yesterday, I would hope that YouTube is smarter than this because, you know, let's face it, I've been a full-time YouTuber now, doing streams and on-demand content here on YouTube since May of last year. You would have thought that in that time period, probably anyone who doesn't like me would have tried it already. So you gotta hope that they're smart enough to not grant false copyright requests against me for bullshit like this. This is fully under fair use, and I went out of my way to get permission, which I had since April, so there's nothing there. There's no legal ground to...
Whoa, back the fuck up, you stupid dick. You went out of your way to get permission. You still haven't asked him. He kind of semi-gave permission for Metal Gear Solid 3, and even then he retracted that. At no point in time has he gave you permission to react to Metal Gear Solid 2 shit. No point in time. It's... fucking hell, man. And apparently this gets worse. I don't even know, man. I really don't even know. I'm kind of curious what the farms are talking about. I've got the Kiwi farms up here as well. What are they all saying? What's the latest with what people are saying in the farms?
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Black Mage 66 for the super chat. It says, projecting so hard as a 4K IMAX movie about fish. Yeah, the projection is strong today from Phil, man. Jesus Christ. Carlos Mystery saying, realistically speaking, Phil doesn't have cat in his phone wallpaper because he's lazy. I think he doesn't have cat in his phone because she won't fit into the fucking screen, personally. That's just my taking it. The screen can only get so wide, you know? What's been said here? More shit talking, users talk unhinged. Deteriorating at a rapid rate, Jin's ought to destroying him. Phil said yesterday that he felt bad for AJ, yet today he changes his mind and shit talks him for a huge chunk of therapy session. Almost as good, if not better, than if AJ had filed a strike against Phil, since it proves, like everyone else, that Phil claims has wronged him. They all live rent-free in Phil's pig brain. Very well said. You know, I'm going to give that a wee like. That's a very well said point. Just teasing. I don't want to spoil myself. I don't want to spoil myself too much. So I think I'll just take myself away from that. I don't want to get myself too far ahead in future. Right, back to bingo. We're actually doing quite well today with the cards.
Stand up for any kind of copyright claim. Okay. So all we can do is hope for the best. But as of now, things went well during the stream. I had no issues, and the videos are visible right here, and you can watch them on demand whenever you get a chance. Okay. Now, some people ask me, "Hey, are you actually going?" By the way, Mirage, you're such an idiot. Didn't you threaten to do the same? No, I never threatened to do anything with copyright or anything. No, never. And I never would, as I stated outright. Stop fucking repeating negative bullshit that my haters and detractors say. I never threatened anyone with a DMCA takedown ever. You're so ignorant and stupid for saying something like that. And seriously, if you're gonna just say dumb shit like that on my stream, shut the fuck up. Because that really irks me. Oh, did you say you were gonna hit him with a takedown? No, I never fucking did. That's what...
I feel like that might not be completely accurate. I feel that might not be entirely accurate. Why are people yelling bingo? Did they say something that it didn't? Did they say unique or detractor or trolls or shocked? Did they say detractor? Did they actually say detractor? I want to. Let me rewind this. Sorry. Let's rewind this toxic rant.
Hey, are you actually going? By the way, Mirage, you're such an idiot. Didn't you threaten to do the same? No, I never threatened to do anything with copyright or anything. No, never. And I never would, as I stated outright. Stop fucking repeating negative bullshit that my haters and detractors say.
Whoops, I didn't mean to press the horns that early. I pressed like spacebar by mistake, and it's on the last thing on the OBS is the horns, so I preemptively blew the horns. Sorry about that. Okay, there we go. So detractor trolls, I said that. Let me just get you some legitimate horn there. There you go. Now, before we even continue into this, right, I'm kind of curious. Can we find Phil threatening anyone? When did Phil threaten somebody with DMCA claims? That's the thing, I'm trying to think. When did this happen? Go down. I'm trying to think when it, I mean, DMCA, it's still 2022. Oh, is it that one? You talk about the Be Awesome one thing. Oh my god, there's so many. This might be awesome. Here we go. Now, which one should I use? Which one should we use here? Maybe this one here. Hang on.
Here it is. Be Awesome one. Alright. He, of course, will say, I never posted that on Phil's forums. That wasn't me. No, that wasn't me. It was.
See, I mean, this is interesting, like old lore, but I'm not sure how it's relevant. But Black Mage is saying he said AJ would lose his account if he struck Phil the other day. Yes, that's right. Actually, he did. He did say that. Actually, I didn't need to fucking search Pig Go. I can just search a fucking channel. 2 seconds, guys. 2 seconds. I know I'm derailing a bit here. It won't take long. Was it the... What date was the podcast? Was it the 18th, technically? 19th. Because it was off the 18th. Yeah, 19th. So, show transcript. Channel, I think might be a good word to use. Blah 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 blah.
It complements the flavor perfectly. And it's so weird because it's nothing like any other cuisine. It really isn't.
2 seconds, guys. I'm trying to find the right timestamp for this. Master Doctor, I do sometimes, yeah, which is probably why I see so many thumbnails with Dark Viper in there. I don't watch his rambles too much, but it's like the gameplay. I usually kind of stick to the gameplay stuff. A Dark Viper. 103 Train. Those numbers. Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean now. Train. This one.
And in it, it's all React content. It should be taken down immediately. So just private your whole fucking channel. If you're gonna private, this is how you don't play Metal Gear Solid 2. Privatize your entire channel because it's the same shit. So you can't have it both ways, which is what you want. You want to have selective protections of the law and selective use of content for you. But then when someone else wants, oh, that's not allowed because I said so. That's not how the law works. And that's not how YouTube works. Okay? So, when I read those tweets, allow me to share with you my actual live reaction to what I read or what I said, or let me try this again. Let me show you my actual live reaction, which I recorded when I read that tweet for the very first time. He's serious. Fair enough. Now, you might say, wait a minute. The whole thing is based on the fact that he's...
Train's timestamp was faulty. Are you talking about the time when he shows permission? Like this kind of tweet here.
Because he already gave me fucking permission. Right here on his Twitter account in April 23rd of 2022, Orcs or Dorks asked him, hey, you know, Phil, wherever to watch, this is how you don't play on Metal Gear Solid.
Free. He left out the free. The son of a bitch left out the word free. Listen again.
April 23rd of 2022, Orcs or Dorks asked him, hey, you know, Phil, wherever to watch, this is how you don't play on Metal Gear Solid. Would you be okay with him doing that?
He purposefully left out the fucking free.
To which he responds, oh, you know what, he's free to do whatever he wants with those videos. You can delete the tweet and you can run from the truth, but you fucking said it, you dunce. You already gave me permission to do it. I don't have to ask you for jack diddly shit. Ah!
For Christ's sake, man. Anyway, enough of that shit. Let's go back to the bingo. This was 2 days ago, by the way. This podcast was 2 days ago. Right, back to the bingo, guys. We're doing quite well with the bingo.
You're so ignorant and stupid for saying something like that. And seriously, if you're gonna just say dumb shit like that on my stream, shut the fuck up. Because that really irks me. Oh, did you say you were gonna hit him with a takedown? No, I never fucking did. That's what dumb fucks say on the internet because they want to make me look bad. Stop parroting what morons say. It didn't happen. What I said was, if he hits me with a false copyright takedown, that's gonna be the end of his channel. Because I have definitive evidence that he gave permission for me to react to the video in April. He acknowledged that this is a transformative work covered under fair use. In that tweet, he knows the law.
Lil Shadow asks, is it me or is it Phil making a snowball of bad choices towards getting his channel banned in the last couple of months, like one after another in recent weeks? Personally, I don't think it's going to happen, Lil Shadow. He has got racist and homophobic slurs on his channel, and YouTube don't care. YouTube don't really seem to care about Phil being inflammatory with his words and him threatening people. You know, Phil can threaten anyone, it seems, on YouTube, and it doesn't seem to matter. People report him all the fucking time for shit. Yeah, he threatened to bitch slap an 11-year-old girl. Nobody cared. At least YouTube didn't care anyway. And DJ Uno says, Alt Insider already made a good point. If someone gives you permission, this someone can also take it back. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Imagine all the ex-girlfriends not being able to take back permission to do better. This is the point I was making earlier on. What kind of things, what kind of trauma has things like did Liana go through with Phil for Phil's mentality of, oh yeah, he said yes before, you know, years ago, so it still counts. You can scream no all you want, honey, but you said yes back in April of 2 years ago. It's a disturbing mentality. Just when you think Phil Burnell couldn't be more disturbing of a human being, he kind of reveals this strange fucking dark side to him where it's like, yeah, permission doesn't mean fuck all to me. If you give me yes once, one time ever, you say yes once, that's all you'll ever fucking need from you. Doesn't matter how often you scream no in future. No, you said yes one time and that is all Phil cares about. That's all the permission he needs.
So if he were to issue a DMCA takedown against my channel, what would happen? He's literally breaking the law and he knows it. That is a violation of YouTube's terms of service. You cannot issue false copyright takedowns, and that would result in the closing of his YouTube channel. That's what I said. But somehow me saying that, Phil says he's going to hit him with copyright strikes. I never said that, you fucking idiot dunce motherfuckers. Stop making shit up to try to prove your own words right. I don't take anyone down with copyright. Never. I don't do that shit. I told you. And I've admitted publicly, way back in the day, when this whole thing first started, the only time I ever attempted to take a video down was a straight rip and upload. Meaning, there was not a transformative work, there was no creative stuff put into it. It was someone stole a whole video off my channel without editing it and re-uploaded it to them.
Kind of like what he just did there. He done that for Evil Age's video. Phil literally just did that himself for Evil Age's video. He took Evil Age's video entirely from a channel, uploaded it onto his own channel, monetized it for personal gain. Phil's admitting he's breaking the law here. Phil is literally openly admitting that he's doing the thing that she's calling illegal. In Phil's mind, he's committed an illegal act here. I mean, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong, but Phil's actually accidentally admitting to criminal intent here. I don't actually think it is actually criminal intent, really, you know, but Phil straight up took the video from Evil Age's channel, uploaded it into his own channel, renamed it, monetized it, off YouTube again. Am I wrong for saying that Phil's basically admitting that he thinks he's a criminal or something? I'm trying to understand here. But he needs that money, dude. Good one. I like how the song playing right now by Meerkat, you know. I need that money. I do hope the music's coming through okay for you guys. I hope you guys can hear the music okay, but it's not too quiet or too loud.
I attempted to take down those videos. Do you want to know what happened? They took it down, they disputed the copyright claim, and the video went right back up. Because that's how YouTube's system works. It's trash. YouTube requires you to go to court to take down a video permanently. In their mind, they've already abided by the legal process by taking it down the first time. They don't care about anything else. If someone counterclaims it, it goes right back up anyway. So, after knowing that, right, why on earth would I ever try to take someone else's video down? Unless I had a court order. Do you think I'm going to fucking get a lawyer with a cease and desist or a court order to take down these people's videos? No, I'm not going to waste my time. I have never copyright claimed someone's video who used it for any kind of a transformative work ever. I don't care what anyone says. It's a lie. It's never fucking happened. And I'm not going to put up with slander and bullshit. People saying, oh, you threatened him with this. I didn't say shit. Just because you're a dunce and you want to spin shit your own fucking negative way to say I said something that I didn't say, go fuck yourself. I never said it and I would not do it. I'm staunchly against copyright abuse on YouTube. I always have been and I always will be.
Master Doctor's going out of his damn mind in my chat saying, that's a lie, what you said was a lie. Master Doctor, what was the lie specifically? I want to get your take on this, pal. Master Doctor is practically smashing his keyboard right now and angry. So, what of what Phil said was a lie to you, Master Doctor? I'm kind of curious here. There's a lot to pick apart here. I'm just kind of curious about, you know, Master Doctor's on taking it. Orion Pax, nothing actually. He had a decent day yesterday. It was just a DMCA crap. He struck people down. Yeah, he's definitely struck people down. He got Bill Farnell struck off Twitch, I think. Yeah, remember a couple of detractors used to be on Twitch, and they had to get removed from there. Yeah, I can remember that completely. You know, in fact, remember somebody made a puppet. Somebody made a puppet that looked like DSP, and they used that. So the audio was DSP, but the visual was a puppet. Phil didn't like that and got it struck down off Twitch. That's a fact. I'm pretty certain of that. I'm pretty sure of that. Was that Bill Parnell's channel or was it someone else? I can't mind who that was exactly. I'm trying to think. It was a good while ago. But yeah, Phil's losing his damn mind right now because somebody suggested that he's threatened people before with DMCA stuff.
I was one of the people who was first affected with false copyright takedowns over a decade ago when I was playing games like Splinter Cell and Grand Theft Auto. Why the fuck would I be trying to abuse copyright in 2022? Fuck you. Really, go fuck yourself. Stop making shit up. Okay. Excuse me. Now, to get back on the subject. Some people have said, well, ask me, well, Phil, will you ever do reacts to other This Is How You Don't plays? All right. I don't know. All right. This was definitely the one that I feel had the most meaning. I really feel that way. Like, this is the one that started it all. So absolutely needed to see what it was all about, how it started. And now that I've seen how it started, I kind of understand where it was coming from. And I even apologized publicly yesterday to Evil AJ saying, you know, over the years I may have said stuff like, this is the video that made people swap me and shit. And that's not true. That video, definitely watching it in its entirety and in context, it wouldn't do anything like that. It's the people who don't know better because they're immature idiots who then take it to the next level and the next level to try to get by on YouTube, to try to get notoriety. Oh, if we keep going more extreme with the hate on Phil, we'll get more and more notoriety. And let's just keep going to the extreme, right? And that...
See, that logic doesn't really work with me because I play bingo. There's fuck all extreme about bingo, man. It's a pretty chill game, you know. I'm just saying, bingo's one of those games anyone can fucking play. It's a game for the old and it's a game for the young. Bingo is there for everyone to enjoy. You know, if I was doing this a fucking, you know, shock value and getting the fucking, you know, clickbait shit, you know, not at all. We're just here for a good time playing bingo.
Sadly, that's what made people in a 2 to 3 year span hate me so much that they did those really nasty, harmful, destructive things to me. Okay? That's not Evil AJ's fault. And I did apologize to him yesterday after watching the video. But after watching it, it's like where do you go from here? You know, if I were to react to other This Is How You Don't plays, what would people want to see? And I guess people started to kind of like say, well, currently, the person who makes them, I guess, the most frequently and most prominently is The Outsider. Whoa, does he change the content? It's not like, oh, I just took your gameplay and I commented over it. He adds in memes, he adds in creative stuff in there that's very funny. It's creative, interesting, funny writing and stuff. So I was like, you know, maybe one day I would consider one of those. If people have one to recommend it, they feel like that's the best one, and I can talk to the guy and say, hey, I'd like to actually react to it and see how funny it is, right? Now, again, I don't know how harmful the stuff is, because here's the thing. If you're putting stuff in there that's really harmful to myself and my family members, then I'm not going to fucking respond to it. There should literally never be a mention of my wife in any of those videos. She's not in my gameplay. She's not in my content. And only casually mention her when I'm talking about things we're doing in our day off or whatever. That's it. Why should she ever be brought up in those videos? So if there's anything about that, that's completely off limits. I'm not doing that. That's fucked up. You see? So I guess we'd have to see, you know, and one of the ones that I guess used to be very, very notable, I guess was made by someone called Sebastopol Queen, and they used to make like Bloodborne and Dark Souls ones that people said were really good. So maybe something like that. But here's the thing. I feel like anytime that I address this kind of shit, all that's happening is that you're kind of opening up the Pandora's box, right? At least in this case, reacting to the very first one, it was meaningful because we got to go back 10 years ago. We got to see what was happening from a frame of reference of what was going on a decade ago. We got to understand why people maybe turned against me when I was at the height of my popularity and started to dislike the content that I was putting out on the internet. That video highlighted it to the point where I didn't like the content I was putting out on the internet. I publicly admit it. I couldn't stomach it after being halfway through the video. I was like, I couldn't watch the rest of this even if I tried. Okay? So I get it. However, to keep going on with these, I feel like would just entertain more negative shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if people make these today. I can't stop it. I'm not going to try to stop it. But at the same time, I don't want to give it attention and highlighting either. I want to focus on my own positive stuff. And I feel like I don't want to redirect in a negative way, which a lot of my fans and viewers who like my stuff may think that that's what I'm doing if I'm talking about this negative stuff all the time. So let me put it this way. I would consider it, but I'm definitely not committing to it. And I'm not going to say, hey, yeah, we're definitely doing it, okay? And definitely, if we were ever to react to another one like that again, it would be in the future. It would not be anytime soon. By the way, we're reaching, if you guys aren't aware, right around the corner. Guess what's coming around the corner? The holidays. We've got Halloween specials. We got Christmas special. We got all this stuff coming up that I always do near the end of the year. So we're not going to need to be looking for, oh, I need a marathon idea. I need this or that. We're going to have shit to do. It's not going to be like that where we're like scratching our heads. Oh, what do we do? What do we do this month? It's going to be like, oh, okay, we got more than enough to do. In fact, I would go as far to say that this October may have the most Halloween focused content I've ever done. All right? Because there's going to be new game releases that are horror themed. I'm likely going to do my usual Halloween marathon event that's going to have some horror themed stuff. And this year, I've decided, because I was talking with him about it, that I'm likely going to do a react special to Rob Gavigan, who does, you know, macabre, scary stuff on his channel. And that way we can get some react content in the mix as well for variety's sake. He said he was going to work on a countdown of like the best stuff, like the creepiest, most macabre stuff for Halloween. So I'm going to hit him up in the next month or two about that and see, you know, what he's up to and see if he has recommendations. And we can do that kind of a special too. So October's going to be like jam packed. By the way, October has insane amounts of new releases too. So October's going to be crazy busy, like insane over the top busy with what we're doing here on the channel. Okay. So we're not going to be worried about this kind of shit. If anything, we may need to reconvene, you know, like, you know, in a few months to next year and say, okay, now things just look down again with the craziness of new releases and all this holiday stuff. Now, you know, what do we want to do? Do we want to go back to reacting to something dramatic or something like that again? Okay. Cool. All right. So that's the first half of what we did yesterday, reacting to the This Is How You Don't Play. The second half was very fun. We got to finish my closet cleanup event. Or did we?
Hey, dumb close-up. That's another bingo, guys. And it's only the one this time, yeah. But hey, at least I got it right, so I'll tick that off. Diagonal line, dumb close-up, toxic, snort, something style, and the stash scratch. So, fucking Yaldi. We are 3 away. We are 3 away from a full house, or a filled house, if you want to call it a full house. I am going to go 1.5 speed. I am 35 minutes behind live fill. So I'm going to change this to 1.5. And hopefully we can turbo through this.
Well, kind of. Allow me to explain. So, yesterday, I'm not kidding, like 3 to 4 more hours of this, okay? We cleaned out the entire bottom of the closet, the entire top shelf of the closet, including all kinds of boxes, electronics equipment and shit that was left over that I could possibly trade in, some stuff that I want to keep for backups over the years, 3 other storage bins that were sitting on the other side of my office that included things like controllers from over the years, a million wires, some collectibles, and an actual modernized game collection from around the Xbox 360 era. And then we skewed over here, and there was another storage bin we went through that had all kinds of other shit in it, all right? It took literally almost 4 hours. It was insane, okay? And basically, after doing all of that, we were like, wow, let's see the end result. So here we go, guys. You ready? So just to give you an example, here's what the closet looked like when we started, all right? Here's a picture.
I'm going to go full screen just for you guys.
I actually took it inside of the closet before we even touched a single thing, before this project had begun. As you can see, it was literally cluttered to the ceiling. You see that? Like, there's not even an empty space. It was that full in that closet. I would turn on the light, and you couldn't even see anything in there. All right, here's another one. Look at that. How can you even tell? I see a computer with a snake on it. I see some Halloween decorations, random boxes, a piece of cardboard. Who knows what the fuck that is? You can't even see anything in there, right? Like, what is in the closet? Who knows? So this closet essentially was completely unusable, to the point where I had vests and things hanging on hooks on my wall instead of using the closet sitting next to me. It was so messy, okay? So yeah, admittedly, it was a big fucking mess. It was you know, disastrous. And how did it get this way? Well, allow me to explain. When I moved here in 2014, all right, I needed to relatively get up and running with my streams and content right away. I had no time to lose because a day I didn't work is the day that I lost money. And I had spent a ridiculous amount of money moving. To give you perspective here, before I moved, I was...
Right, so very quickly, I'm going to stay full screen for now, just so you can see the pictures, not shit. We're listening out for the words unique and shocked. And also, if it has any scat talk, that's the only things we're listening out for. So just to remind you guys, if you hear the word unique or shocked, that's a bingo. But we're just going to be away from the bingo screen for now, just so we can go full screen and catch it here.
Was in the black. I had tons of money. I had savings. I had all this, no debt. After I moved, paying for the move and furnishing this house, I used all of my money. All of my savings and everything was completely blown. And I put myself tens of thousands of dollars into debt. Revolving debt. I'm not talking loan debt. I'm talking credit card debt. Okay? So I went from, oh my God, I'm like rolling in money, to I have no money and I owe people money for the rest of my life.
And it's your own fucking fault, Phil. Never try and fucking pretend that it's anyone else's fault other than yours. You were irresponsible with your fucking money. You didn't plan ahead. You were stupid with your money, and you're fucking paying the price. Don't try and pretend to blame Detractors and all that shit for your content growing stale and all that shit. It was going stale for a long fucking time before you even moved your fucking fat ass out of Connecticut. Fact of the matter is, Phil, you got yourself into this goddamn mess all by yourself, and you need your fucking bands to bail you out. And I think they're getting fed up. I think some of them are getting fed up trying to bail you out. Rob on Wheels is certainly getting fucking fed up. He's rolled his ass away from you. He'll just fucking keep a hold of his fucking disability payments. Thank you very much. He can spend it on whatever he fucking wants instead. No more giving Phil any of his fucking disability payment money. Good on you, Rob on Wheels.
To move out here, okay? Because of that, I had to work as much as possible. So I started immediately, as soon as I could, doing a 6 to 7 day work week. Some days it was 6, some weeks it was 6 days, some days it was 7 days, where it was 6 days and a half day, and I only had a half day to do personal stuff, okay? I started working so much that I didn't have time to do shit around the house that normal people do, like, oh, my day off, I'll clean out my closet. I didn't have day off, right? So because of that, this is what happened. Literally over the years, I buy a new console, box goes in the closet. Old console gets tossed into the closet. Oh, look, PSVR, never using that again, toss it in the closet. Holiday decorations, not using them, toss them in the closet. You see? So it became a humongous mess. So over the course of the last month, over 3 different marathon streams, we worked together to clean out that closet and the rest of the office, all right, and see what was in there and figure out what's usable, what's not, what's sellable, what's not, and throw a bunch of shit out. Here is the end result.
Oh wow, that's the end result, guys. Oh wow. So fucking inflatable, fucking crown says, you know what rich people say? Never spend more than 10% of your money on a house, otherwise you can't afford it. I think it's a very good point. Also, just because of your username,
fucking inflatable fucking crown.
Just because your username. Plus, also we could have seen that goddamn crown on the rack up here, but I guess not. You know. But aye, that's just Phil's. Maybe he's got more than one picture. Maybe it'll be the next picture. Who knows?
A usable closet in which I am now hanging my vests and football jerseys to wear on streams, with the hats prominently above them on display, easily selectable. All right. This next picture is actually even better. You can now see it's empty. There's all this space. Yeah.
There it is there. There it fucking is there in the top fucking corner.
Fucking inflatable fucking crown.
Fucking crown. Fucking knew it'd still be there. I love how fucking deflated it looks, man. This Sonic hat as well. As if he's gonna fucking wear that on stream. Jesus Christ, man. It's like a child's fucking bedroom. It really is. Is that a Burger King inflatable crown? It kind of is. He got it from like Loot Crate or something. Excalibur, yeah. And it keeps deflating very quickly.
Now what does the sugar do in the sauce?
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Barrett. So Super Chat, it says all those things listed in his bankruptcy, that is a business expense. I used it for my business, but now just thrown into the closet. Not even thrown in the closet, thrown in the garbage. A lot of those things got thrown out. Remember, Dashy, I went and moved away from Mario Card temporarily so I could go full screen, so people could see the full screen of the closet pictures. Because you couldn't really see it too well just on a bingo card. On a bingo card you couldn't see, for example, the top left hand corner where that goddamn
fucking inflatable fucking crown
is sitting. So yeah, that's why I went full screen temporarily. But the thing is though, I kept saying to people, we've got three things to listen out for. Him saying unique, him saying what's the other thing? Oh yeah, shocked. Unique, shocked are the two things he needs to say, and any scat talk as well. We're so close to a full house. I know it sounds like me saying full house when I say full house. Full and fill are very similar sounding fucking things. I can't help it.
There's a few remnants of the stuff that I saved. You can see up in the corner there. I got some of the things that I'm saving either to sell or possibly do stuff with in the future. But this thing is empty, clean, vacuumed, usable. All right. So now every day when we hit $100 tips goal, go into the closet and grab the hat from right there easily. You know, you can even see there on the big Viking hat that I had, the big plastic one, has the Sonic hat, the soft Viking hat, and the Bender hat all hanging on the horns and things of it, which is kind of cool. Okay. So no exaggeration. This is my first ever time that I've lived in this house that I can use that closet. So it's the day I moved in, it was like, oh, I moved in here, unpack what I need for my business, shove all the other bins into the closet, and forget them. And that was it. I was never able to use the space of my office.
And DJ Bruno made an excellent fucking point that essentially this means that Phil has now finished moving into his home. It only took him, what, 8 years? Or something? 8 years. He moved in like 2014. Was it 7 years? 8 years? Fucking whatever. After all this time, Phil has finally finished moving into his home and he's managed to get his fucking things unpacked properly and cleaned up. So DJ Bruno made an excellent point with that, and I've got to agree with that.
Because I was always cluttered and messy. All right. So obviously, the goal here is to stay at a level where things are not organized and not messy. Right. That's the goal, is to optimize that and don't have that ever happen again. Now, who knows what's gonna happen over the next 8 years? I guess we'll keep track. You guys like the closet clean out so much, maybe in 8 more years we'll do another one. You guys will like it just as much. Right. So there you go. Now, a few cool things that came out of this. First of all, as you can see, new hats. The Los Santos hat, the Bender hat, right? What was the other hat? We found 3. Oh, the inflatable crown.
Fucking inflatable fucking crown.
And the beret, not pictured there, is the beret. I was wearing the Project 7 beret yesterday. That was the hat you guys chose for me to wear on stream. So the Project 7 beret is what Gaseous Snake wore in episode 3 of Project 7, Get Gaseous, from a decade ago. So I still had that beret, and I was actually wearing it on stream yesterday. That's why you don't...
So let me get this right. Phil just said that he's finally got his closet all cleaned up, nice and tidy and hoovered and all that shit, right? He's finally happy that he can fucking get into his closet and be able to easily grab a vest or a hat should he hit the tip goal for those fucking things. And yet, in pretty much in the next breath, the very next breath of his, he's saying, maybe in 8 years' time we can do another closet stream. Is he going to start just throwing shit back in there thinking this is going to be great in 8 years' time when I need new content? This is me future-proofing my content here. Oh, this looks like an interesting story for 8 years' time. Throw it in the closet. It's... I just don't get it. I don't get Phil's fucking rationale. Yeah, Phil might not even be alive in 8 years' time. Who knows?
See it there. So basically, 4 new hats came out of exploring my closet, which is really neat, right? Now, in addition, as you can see behind me, we have all new things. Allow me to go through the things that we've added to the setup behind me. A Sonic the Hedgehog 15th anniversary model given to me by a fan at a convention over a decade ago. Still intact, right there. A Super Mario Bros. 3 square painter pixel art piece of art that I bought at a convention many years ago. Now added to the display there. All these little Street Fighter figurines that used to be part of stuff that I bought back in the day to give out at tournaments and stuff, but I never gave these out. I still had them left over. An Alex Mercer figurine that I found yesterday randomly from Prototype, of all games. The Dubstep Gum from Saints Row 4. 2 more of the Street Fighter figurines. And a 6-star Dragon Ball. And of course, this that we found yesterday, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game, NES edition, pixel art of Leonardo doing the dive kick. Incidentally, I find that picture only a week before the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection, where I'll be playing that game. It's in it. Okay, so pretty cool. We find the art right at the time when I'm going to be playing the game that's pertinent to, right? So, pretty awesome that just by cleaning out my closet, we find all of this cool stuff. Now, in addition, we did find other really awesome fan art. Remember that picture, that hand-drawn picture? That's the montage of like all the playthroughs that I did over the course of like 3 or 4 years. I still have that, and if and when I get a chance, I definitely want to see if I can find a way to either frame it or find a way to preserve it. Right now, it's just curled up in the box. I'm not really sure what to do. I'm almost thinking maybe if I took it to like an art store or a framing store, they'd look at it and know the best way to handle it, because it is pencil art, and I'm nervous that if I just put it in a frame that it'll smudge or rub off over the time. I don't know, but it's beautiful, and it's literally sat in a box for 10 fucking years, because again, I was a mess 10 years ago, all right? I was like, work, no time for friends, no time for anything. Wow, here's a fan, shake your hand, onto more work. Now I feel bad. Here's someone who loved my content, who did an amazing piece of fan art. They said it took them months to draw, and I just left it in the fucking box. I was an asshole, you know? I didn't care. Now I look at it, I'm like, man, I feel like a shithead. I want to fucking frame that and put it somewhere in my house, you know, to preserve it. So anyway, I gotta look into it. Can I show it? I mean, you want me to unroll it again? I really don't feel like unrolling it right now, because now I gotta roll it back up, and I don't want to damage it. I'll show it again at some point. I just don't feel like doing it right now, okay? But in addition to that, we now have things that have been separated out that could be sold. My PSVR, a bunch of the games in my classic games collection, which apparently have value and I had no clue, in addition to some of my older consoles, like my Xbox 360, the Xbox One Launch Edition. Those things still work and are fine and could easily be traded in for credit, which I will eventually. The trick here is that sadly, I can't fucking sell anything online. Why? Because of my trolls. My trolls sadly stalk me at every moment. Any little thing, a positive thing I try to do on the internet, they try to ruin. If I tried to sell online, they would find me. They would either flag the auction or the sale with negative comments saying I'm a scammer, don't trust this guy, blah, blah, blah. In addition, they likely try to fuck with it, do false bids, false, you know, purchases, and then try to scam me and shit. So I can't do it. I'd have to find, someone in person, whether it's a retro game store or something like that, who'd be willing to negotiate a fair price. And quite frankly, right now, I don't have time. All right, I'm going to eventually have to find time for this. In particular, we've been talking about the fact that I do need to upgrade my setup. This PC now is 8 years old, running full time for 8 years. Ain't good for a PC. I need a replacement that has better capabilities, so I can do a better quality camera and all of this. I can't afford it. But if I sell all that shit, I might be able to. But I need to be able to sell it. How do I do it? This is what I mean. Right now, probably not going to happen. But when I get a chance, and or you know, we'll see what happens here. We'll go from there, but it's a positive possibility. Now, the one epilogue of all of this, all right? The office is clean. The consoles I'm not using have been stored, right? All the clutter's out of the office. Essentially, things are streamlined now. The floor's clean, vacuumed, the closet's being used. Awesome new decorations behind me. Everything's looking up, right? Cool. There's one thing we didn't finish. I have a storage ottoman right here next to me. Inside are all of my joysticks from back in the day. In fact, would you like a preview? When you're here for the podcast, you might want a preview, right? All right, let's do it. Okay, so.
Yes! Get on with it!
Oh God, what's in here? Oh God, there's more in here than I thought. What is that? Immediately I found stuff. I'm like, what the hell is that? Hold on. What is that? What the fuck? Well.
Shut your hole.
So.
Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty!
This is just one of the many things in there, all right? This is one of the many things in there, okay? There's a ton of shit in there. I opened it up immediately. I saw things. These aren't joysticks. What's this? I don't even know what's in there. That's why we got to go through it, all right? So this is the very first thing. Super Street Fighter 4 joystick. I believe this is the PlayStation edition. It's Arcade Fight Stick Tournament Edition S. So yes, I believe this is the one for PlayStation. Okay, oh, I can confirm it because the buttons are square, triangle, X, and O. So yes, this was for PS3. for people who bought Street Fighter 4 and wanted a tournament edition stick for PS3 to play in tournaments. So it's pretty good quality parts made by Mad Cats, who doesn't exist anymore. I think now they've been rebought and relaunched, but they're a completely different company now. Okay, so it's really nice. It's got Ryu with Super Street Fighter 4 artwork on the top and the logo down there. Okay, and sits nicely on your lap. The buttons are a good size. The joystick feels good. And quite frankly, I almost never used it. Seriously, like I almost never used a lot of these joysticks. They're almost like new. Okay, so when is this from? About a decade ago. In fact, if I look at the back of it, nah, it doesn't have a date. But I'm going to guess, I mean, when did Super Street Fighter 4 come out? Because this is from the launch of Super Street Fighter 4. I'm going to guess probably like 2012, right? Or 2011, so it's over a decade ago, right? So this joystick worked well with PS3. Here's the question. Would it work with PS4? Does it work with PS5? My joystick that worked with PS4 currently works with PS5. But would a PS3 joystick work with PS5? We won't know until we try. You see? So what we can do one night, all right, when we have a dead night, all right, and we have nothing going on, here's what we can do, okay? We will have a night where it'll be the Ottoman clean out night, all right? My storage Ottoman must be cleaned out. And what we will do is go through there and pull out everything that's in there, catalog it, and then test it with modern consoles and see if it works, all right? If anything works, might as well keep it. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I would love to use a different joystick on my PS5 right now. That one that I've been using is from 2015. It's a 7-year-old joystick that I've been using constantly. It's worn out. If I could use another stick on PS5, that'd be great. But I'll be honest, I don't think this is going to work. This is a PS3 joystick. People are saying Super Street Fighter 2 came out, Super Street Fighter 4 came out in April 2010. So this is from April 2010, 12 years ago. But it's barely used. I didn't use it that much. See, it looks brand new. Everything on it looks good, right? So, yeah, that's what I would like to do, is see what I've got, catalog it, test it out, and see if it works on anything, and then figure out, is there any value? Because let's be honest, if this joystick only works on PlayStation 3, how many people are still playing fighting games on PlayStation 3? 10? 10 people? So literally this would have next to no value. It's a worthless joystick, but it is it's collectible more than just a usable item. You know, would I even be able to trade this thing in for any kind of value anywhere? Or has its value literally been worn out because the console is obsolete and there's no one playing fighting games on it anymore, right? I wouldn't know. I'd have to look into it. But again, if it works on a modern console, then I'd like to use it. So I guess we'll see. What we'll do is, coming up, I would say in the next month, okay? We'll look for a night or two when there's nothing going on. Because I'll be honest, if you take a look at September, there's not a lot of new releases in September. September is actually going to be quite a slow month for gaming, outside of a small handful of new releases. So there will be potential that there will be downtime for me to do something like this. So on a stream, I could go through, pull out each item, take a look at it, catalog it, see what it is, and then plug it into a modern console and test it. Because I know for a fact that I have joysticks there.
Watching this complete bumblefuck of a human being trying to fucking store away the fucking wire for this thing at 1.5 speed, keep in mind, it is surprisingly hypnotic. I was actually not paying attention at all to what Phil was saying, and I was too focused on his fucking bumbling little fingers trying his damnedest to get the fucking wire back in that wee container. He's just trying to squeeze it in there and it's going to fucking break or some pish, man. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, look at his fucking hair, man. I've actually got a wee soundboard thing for the hair.
Go back to Supercuts and get your $5 back, jabroni!
Oh no!
It has a storage door for the cord. That's what I was doing, putting the cord in, so now it's less space. See that? So, I know for a fact that I have joysticks there both for PlayStation and Xbox 360, and I'm also curious, would these work on a PC at all? So what I could do is double test it. Plug it into PS5, oh, it doesn't work. Plug it into PC, does it work there? Does it have any remaining use? You see? By the way, you can tell it's not used because look at the bottom. See, no tarnish. If this had been used heavily, there'd be tarnish all over it. All you need to do is wipe it off, it would be clean. When you heavily use a joystick and it touches human skin, it actually gets tarnish on the bottom, the metal. That's why future joysticks, after these models for Street Fighter 4, they started putting padding on the bottom where your legs go. My joysticks now have padding under them, but these older ones, this was before they figured that out. So, all right, so anyway, that's a preview of what we could be looking at over in the storage ottoman, okay? All right. There we go. All right, so. Whew, good stuff, right? So that's what I mean. Like, this closet cleanup really not only resulted in a lot of fun and chill content, but it's improving the things I'm doing on streams. It's going to possibly help this business long term if I can sell some of this stuff and improve my setup. And we even have future content coming out of it. This has been a great, I mean, August could have been shit. August has been a great month, in my opinion. Seriously. I just really wish that there were more new releases, and here's why, okay? As much as I very much enjoy chilling with all you guys every day and having fun doing this variety of content, whenever there's a month when there's not a lot of new releases, memberships go down, super chats go down, and overall support of the channel goes down. And there's nothing I can do about that. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm not asking for anything more. It's just a natural fact. When there's new games, more people come to the channel, more people become members, more people give memberships, more people do super chats and super stickers, and it just helps the channel more. I know for a fact this month of August has been one of the slowest I've had since I've been on YouTube full time, and it's can't.
And once again, it comes back to money. Let's test that narrative. Is August one of the slowest months he's had for support in a long time? Let's count up August so far, okay? August so far, we have got, is this 1st of August? It is. $3,585. So everyone remember $3,585, please. This is for the first 17 streams. So the 17 streams in the month so far, 3,585, okay? Now, let me go to July temporarily. So this is the 1st of July here. Scroll down. Oh, yeah, you won't be fucking. Sorry, I'm full screen. Sorry. There you go. Where was that? 1st of July. 1st of July, and it's the first 17 streams essentially. So would that be here? That's actually one extra one. I've gone too far. I got one. No, I can't. Damn. Where did I end up there? Was it here? Is this the first 17? There you go. So this was 3712, so slightly better in July. It's not far off. Basically, he's pretending like it's fucking doom and gloom. He's only a couple $100 short from before. I'm counting tips only, by the way. I'm literally counting tips only. I'm just counting tips away right now. It's hard to get a guess of how bad August has been compared to other months, because all the other months he's had has been a full fucking month so far. And we can't really count August so far because, you know, because this is all information we have so far from August. It's incomplete. The month is incomplete, so we don't have the full data. July was fucking great for him. He was on some kind of strange downward trend, and fucking July people really stepped up for him. And also tips are so important for him. You can see here, the purple is tips, and he usually gets more in tips than he does from YouTube. That is not actually that strange for him. This is strange. Somehow tips match YouTube perfectly. I'm going to have to question piece of piece about that and whatever, because that's a bizarre coincidence. They got exactly $4,444 in tips and $4,444 from a YouTube payment. That's quite a hell of a coincidence. Perfect symmetry. But yeah, it's too strange for him to get far better tip support than anything else. We have still got 10 days left of the month, and he will very likely beat this low tip start, you know, from June. June was a fucking bad month for him. June and fucking May. May and June was pretty bad for him overall. He was definitely earning less. You've got to keep in mind, guys, you've got to keep in mind one very simple thing. Phil is used to earning far more than this money here. Phil was used to earning fucking silly money, man. Like literally far more than that. What was it? Have we got any historical data? I don't actually know. Now, if that didn't matter, he used to earn like 15 grand, 20 grand a month. So him earning barely 10 grand a month, it means he has to adjust his lifestyle in some capacity, and he doesn't like that. 10 grand a month for most people would be great, you know. For Phil, he struggles, and it's embarrassing. It's quite embarrassing for him, but it's the fact of the matter, it's just the way it is. Anyway, back to bingo.
Can't be helped. There's nothing to play. We're doing old school shit every day, right? So it is what it is. I'm not complaining. I'm happy. This has been a great month. We had a ton of fun. You guys have been very supportive with tips when I needed it. Thank you for that. All right. All right. So guys, that is it. I've covered all the topics I wanted to cover. I only have one thing to shout out because we got no memberships, no super chats, no super stickers, and no tips. We have one re-up of a membership from Audio Object Baxter, who said only $4 to re-up. So there you go. Thank you to Audio Object for that. But outside of that, there's been 0 contributions on today's podcast, so I have nothing to shout out at all. All right. So with a few minutes left, what would you guys like to talk about? Do you have any questions, any hot topics to discuss before we jump into Final Fantasy? Christian says, an hour ago on Twitter, it was reporting Star Wars Jedi Survivor will have a release date of March. That's cool. Sounds good to me. Been waiting for the sequel to freaking Jedi Outcast for a long time. Daggy says, how do you manage to get a privated video? I don't know how you qualify for it, but I've always had privated videos available on YouTube. For the longest time, I couldn't even tell you what the qualifications are because I've kind of always had it, but my channels have been around forever. Big Meech did a super chat saying, what advice would you give to someone in zero debt? Man. You know, Big Meech, not that I'm some kind of financial expert with the problems that I got into with my own finances. What I would say is in life, you're going to find yourself very hard pressed to not be in debt at some point. Anytime that you want to own something, how often are you going to have the money to pay for it in its entirety? How are you going to pay for a whole car? $60,000 or how much a car costs today? Who even fucking knows, right? Insane amount of money for a car. Who has that to just pay up front? Who has hundreds of thousands of dollars to buy a home just sitting in the bank, right? So eventually you're going to have to take out some debt. But all you can really do is try to be smart about it. You know what I'm saying? Just don't go beyond your means. Make sure you have a concrete plan to pay back what you take out. And I hate to say it, but you kind of have to have a backup plan too, because that's what I didn't have. When I moved out here, all the debt that I incurred, I could pay back. I had plans for it and everything. I had all these things set up. And then what happened? Copyright strikes against DSP Gaming, which made me delete videos, which made the channel lose viewership and tons of revenue. I was no longer showing up in related search. I lost insane amounts of income that I used to always get on the second half of the year. And the second half of the year, I literally would make a third of my income would come from like 2 months of the year. That's how crazy prominent it was with ad revenue back in the day. And I lost all of that because of the troll actions against my channel, you see?
I think part of the reason you lost it all is because you fucking spent too much money moving across a fucking country when you really weren't that responsible with your fucking money. And then when money got tight, you didn't really want to adjust your fucking exorbitant lifestyle. You're still fucking spending stupid money and stupid shit like fucking mobile phone games. And I'm not even talking about WWE Champions, this predates WWE Champions. I'm talking about WWE Supercard and all that shit and all these other fucking stupid games this guy got fucking stuck playing. He played some docking game, docking arena, he fucking pronounced the goddamn thing. He played a whole bunch of different variety of different fucking mobile games and spent so much fucking money on this shit.
Yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Black Mage 666 for Super Chat. It says his backup plan is that sealed SNES Lion King. Big time, Maya, big time. It's the things that this guy spent, as I'm saying, was a closet stream for him, not a wake-up call as to how stupid he was with his fucking money. He's like, oh guys, this is great, this is amazing stuff we're finding. He's like, it should have been a fucking wake-up call for you, Phil, of all the fucking stupid, needless money you blew on dumb fucking shit that you never end up fucking using or utilising. You blew so much fucking money because you just fucking had a habit of spending fucking money immediately for whatever fucking reason. It's probably why he fucking enjoys mobile fucking gaming, because he can spend that money immediately and it goes fucking so fast. It probably gets, it's probably some sort of fucking money high from him spending it. It's like people that are addicted to shopping, except in this case, Phil's not really getting anything back to show for it, other than something on his fucking phone. It's unbelievable. And people are saying, obviously, as well, he got himself into so much fucking debt, not only from the fucking move. The move alone, obviously moving that fucking all across America, then had to fucking refurnish his fucking home, top to bottom. So, living room furniture, bedroom furniture, and everything else. Fucking getting the kitchen sorted and all that shit, appliances for the kitchen, TV and all that shit, you know, and it's unbelievable. The amount of fucking stupid money this guy blew. And then, of course, it's all the trolls' fault. It's all the detractors' fault. The fact of the matter is, Phil, even without the trolls, even without the detractors, things like the ad block-up still would have happened. You would have still fucking crashed and burned financially because of that. It's not just about the trolls. The trolls and the copyright strike stuff, that was a dent. That was a fucking road bump of sorts. You're treating it like it was some fucking dagger to the heart. No, Phil. That was a small bump in the road, but the fact of the matter is, you still would have been flailing around and fucking, what's the fucking word? He wasn't prominent anymore. Phil was getting far less and less prominent overall with his fucking YouTube shit. And the fact that Phil done so much fucking wrong, he assumed he was doing the things right, and he was wrong to think that. He got himself into so much trouble. He tried it. Anyway, this was Phil's thinking. Reminder for the copyright strike shit. Phil claimed that anything posted onto the King of Hate forums became his property. It doesn't matter if the person posted something that was copyright stricken, the person could have posted a picture of the Mona Lisa. As far as Phil's concerned, if they posted it on the King of Hate forums, Phil saw that as his property to use any way he sees fit. That's why copyright strikes, shit happened, because people made artwork for him. People made artwork for his fucking streams and all that shit. They put it on his forums, Phil would download them then, and just fucking use it in his videos. But then he pissed off these certain people as well. And so they're like, you know what, I don't, Phil's annoyed me now, I don't want him to use my shit anymore. I'm going to claim he's using my artwork without my permission. Phil's trying to claim that because he posted it in the forums, that's legal permission. It was a fucking dumbass argument from Phil in the first place, and never really had any fucking strength to it. And apparently he blames Machinima as well for fucking telling him to delete all the videos. Which I don't think is true. I don't think Machinima did tell him to delete the videos. He could have privated the videos. Or something, He could have done something else other than delete them all. Deleting all the videos was fucking suicidal. But in the end, Phil was his own worst enemy, because it was his decision to delete all those goddamn videos that saw his channel tank and fucking into obscurity. It's Phil's own fault. It's always going to be Phil's own fault. Yes, detractors sometimes mess with him, but he is his own worst fucking enemy. He always has been, he always will be. Let Phil ruin his own fucking life. We're just here to fucking laugh along for the ride and then get a fucking game of bingo out of it.
And I never expected that to happen. And what happened immediately when that happened? I couldn't pay back the debt anymore. It was minimum payment, minimum payment, minimum payment, minimum payment for years and years. Then take out a loan to be able to afford the minimum payments. It was just a vicious cycle of failure and pain. I guess that's the best way I can describe it. So, don't be afraid of taking out smart debt. But at the same time, you have to have a set plan to make sure that you're going to be able to pay it off. Because if you can't, you're going to ruin your life, Look at me. I'm in a situation where literally, weeks I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I'm a fucking streamer on YouTube that gets hundreds of views a stream, thousands of views every video, gets tons of crowdfunding, and...
Tons of crowdfunding. Keep in mind, he earns over $10,000 a month, keep in mind. He won't tell that to you. He seems to be afraid to let people know he earns over $10,000 a month. He's like deathly scared to remind people that he gets over $10,000 a month. It's not always 11k, guys, Chen. It's not always that, to be fair. We can see that here, we can see that here. April, May, June, he got under 10k. Going by piece of pieces calculations, we can see that here. But it goes between 10k. Sometimes it's 10k a month, so it's over 10k. And sometimes it's not as... The last few months has not been great for him. It's still strong. For most people it'd be great, but not for Phil. Phil was not used to anything dipping below 10k overall. But yeah, Phil was used, as I was saying, Phil was used to earning stupid money. As I'm saying, look at the fucking month here. Month of fucking here. This is talking about May 2021. Even before then. Let's actually do a detour. Bank weeks. Actually, what Twitch here is a Twitch fucking thing here. So here we go, Twitch. We have everything here. This is not just Twitch, but we have everything. Net income range. Net income low, net income high. Okay, so oof, Jesus. This was what he was getting with everything combined when he was still on Twitch, using the bank week data that we had available to us. So look at these estimates as well. Then we had... That's interesting. Let's take the low. Let's take the low figure. $167,374 in the span of... Is that... I don't know how many... I forgot, I don't know. Like 17 months or something? Averaging $9,299. That's a low ball estimate. The high estimate is actually $200,000, averaging $11,000. Even with Twitch ads, I guess actually he's not far off from how he was on Twitch before. Because when he was fucking focused on Twitch so much back in the day, he didn't really care too much about YouTube. YouTube was just basically ad revenue, so it was peanuts. But now YouTube has obviously replaced Twitch, so he has to fucking show YouTube stuff more and get super chats out the ass and all that shit and try and get tips as well on their shit. And all, so that's basically trying to replace that. How the fuck can I survive with 1.8k a month? I could almost make it on his YouTube money ad revenue. It's it's mental, man. Like when people have a lot of money, they tend to fucking spend it more as well. That's the thing. People People never... It's rare for people to try and live modestly if they have a high income. People tend to fucking think, I'm earning this money now, I can spend more as well. Which is a good thing and a bad thing. Also, it's good to treat yourself sometimes, but if you get used to a certain lifestyle. And don't forget, Cat also apparently, it's a good point by DJ Nuno, it says that don't forget Cat also earns money. That is, of course, if Cat is working again, which I personally believe she is. Some people don't think she works anymore. I think she does. It's up for debate, we don't know. But if Phil is to be believed, Cat also earns money. And Cat works. Anyway, that's a nice wee trip down memory lane. Thank you to Piece of Peace for his tips tracker. I fucking love his tips tracker. You know me, I fucking love it. Back to Bingo.
I'm living paycheck to paycheck because of what I did to myself financially. You don't want to be like me, man. You don't. Use me as a cautionary tale, all right? Don't overspend, beyond what realistically is going to be in your means if something goes wrong. Because, again, if nothing had gone wrong, I would have been fine. The moment that shit happened, it ruined me. Anto Kamaru to the $1.50 and says, I think you're more disconnected from gaming news than you think. You keep saying August and September are dead months. Tons of great games you keep skipping. How come you still haven't played Cult of the Lamb? It would bring you huge numbers. It would not bring me huge numbers. Cult of the Lamb is another one of these games that got viral popularity for being a little indie game. Big deal. Within a few weeks, no one will care about Cult of the Lamb. It's not even anything special. I've seen it. I know exactly what it is. It's a dark twist to a game style you've already played. And it's just because a few streamers played it and it got viral popularity. It's not a hot game. You might think it is because a bunch of people are playing it to jump on that wave of popularity. It's not anything that special.
I need to fucking break this down, right? Guys, you might need to kind of keep me right here, right? You might need to keep me right here. So, Phil shits on the gaming, the big gaming media, right? He shits all over gaming media guys, right? IGN and all that shit. He shits all over them for their reviews and lots of the fucking talk. I see these AAA games are paying off these fucking companies and reviewers and all that shit to try and show their game and all that shit. So he shits all over the big guys that report these games, right? The non-indie games, essentially, right? He shits all over them all the time, correct? And yet, when these are indie developers that are making good games, and people are saying these are good games, Phil doesn't buy into it because the big gaming companies aren't, and the big gaming reporting media and journalists and all that shit, they aren't covering it. The gaming media journalists don't cover it, so in Phil's mind, it isn't worth playing, even though he shits all over those gaming media journalists for games that they do talk about and try and tell are good or not. I'm just trying to understand Phil's thinking here. It's like he can't trust anyone. He doesn't trust an indie game because the fucking big gaming media journalists aren't talking about it, but he doesn't trust big AAA titles or whatever as well because the big gaming media journalists are talking about it, but he doesn't trust them because they think they're paid shills and they're just fucking paid to say good things about a game. Am I understanding Phil's thought process correctly here, guys? I'm just trying to wrap my head around Phil's thinking for things like this. It's like, how the fuck can I ever trust a fucking video game based on anyone ever fucking says, because he doesn't fucking trust anyone else playing the game. He doesn't fucking trust because he thinks they're just doing it for hype. He doesn't trust the fucking gaming media because he thinks they're all fucking paid shells, essentially. Paid by the fucking game companies themselves to fucking promote their shit. Barrett's saying he thinks every indie game will be like No Man's Sky out of the gate. It could be. Chisel says his argument is no one will talk about this game in a few weeks. Okay, you only play games like this a few weeks at a time, so that's perfect for his variety style gameplay. I agree. There's so much that Phil overlooks, and it's to his own detriment. This is what I'm saying. Phil is always going to be his own worst enemy. Almost always going to be his own worst enemy. He's always going to be like this. Nothing ever changes. He's always jumping in hot new titles and milks them like Elden Ring, exactly because he needs to, Jonathan J. He's repeatedly said that his fucking hot new titles or AAA titles are what brings the butts to seats and what brings people to his channel. Elden Ring had apparently good viewership and good metrics for him, and it got members and all that shit. Never mind the fact that most of those members were gifted. But yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry. I don't buy into the streamer bait fad games. I just don't. Give me something with substance. If you have other games that you want to tell me are coming out, you think I'm missing out on, let me know.
What the fuck do you mean by substance? So the indie games have no substance, apparently. Indie games have no substance. I'm just trying to wrap my fucking head around this. Wasn't Portal an indie game, technically? Portal. I'm pretty sure Portal's an indie game, and look at Spawn from Portal. A couple of guys made that game as part of a college project or something, man. And look what it is today, man. I don't know. I'm fucking Phil.
But I'm telling you, this streamer-based shit ain't worth my time, man. Okay. Chocoboko. To me, $1.50 says, hypothetically, I flew to Seattle to meet you. Would you make a deal? No, you're not flying to Seattle to meet me. No one's flying here to meet me. I don't want to meet anyone. Here, let me put it this way, all right? I'm gonna be very matter-of-fact with all of you, because this is the truth. Back in the day, all right, I was so popular on YouTube and made so much money on ad revenue that I could literally take entire days off from content creation. I could take a whole weekend off and say, I'm not going to do any gameplay. I'm just going to go to a convention, meet my fans, shake their hands, sign shit for them, hang out with them for a bit, and you know, make a couple videos, upload them. No skin off my back, no worries. I can't do that anymore. I literally have to be here 6 days a week putting out content to just barely make ends meet and pay my bills, okay? That's different from 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I was happy to be able to meet fans, shake their hands, do stuff with them. I can't do that anymore, all right? Maybe eventually I will again, but right now I'm just not in that situation. You understand? So, again, please understand that it's not like I don't appreciate my viewers and fans. I don't want to hang out with them. That couldn't be further from the truth. I just can't do that anymore at this point. You know, 10 years ago was a completely different life situation for me, where I was free to do whatever I wanted and had no ties. Now, right now, I don't get to spend enough time with my wife, who I tell every day, let's go. I wish we could go hang out, do this, do that. And we want to. We're still talking about maybe we can do something over the summer, you know, fun by the end of the summer. But, you know, that's life. And please understand that, you know, it's not that I don't appreciate and don't want to. I can't. That's the situation I'm in. And again, I hope things will change, but we'll see. Okay. That's bullshit, Big Meech. He says that's the advantage of having a real job. You don't have to worry about your wage just disappearing. That couldn't be further from the truth. Seriously. So let's look at my real jobs. You ready for this? I worked at a fast food place. Okay. That wage wasn't going away, but I was barely making anything. Okay. I worked at Circuit City. You know, I chose to leave. They actually liked me there. And that was a steady wage at the time. By the way, Circuit City's out of business, so if I'd stayed there, I'd be unemployed. I worked for a bank, which wasn't a bank. I thought it was. It was a division of Wells Fargo known for predatory lending. Okay? Worked there for a year, sold a bunch of mortgages to people at like 95% loan to value, which essentially means they're destined to...
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Brad Burning, for a super chat. It says, Phil has told a record amount of lies tonight, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I agree. It's hard to fucking keep track of the amount of fucking lying that's been going on from Phil. And yeah, so we're getting a fucking retcon and not shit, a fucking history lesson from Phil's old jobs. And he's talking, I mean, Phil is dangerous with what he's saying right now, because there's maybe some young people watching him that think he's been honest about what's this. I'll be straight up for people with what my own situation was, right? I spent many years in between jobs. Sometimes I would have work, but it would last for like 6 months sometimes, and I would be back looking for work because there were temporary contracts. I finally got a job via an agency to work for a bank. And while I was there working for the bank, it's like one project turned into another project where I got taken on, but you know, same group of us got taken on to another different project afterwards. But the whole time I was working there, I was trying my best to go from being an agency member to being taken on full time by the bank themselves. Eventually I got that. I managed to get there eventually. I managed to fucking get that job security I've been always fucking wanting. You know, it's one of those things where you got to fucking fight hard for it to get that job security in place. You know, you just got to fucking prove yourself at times. And sometimes you need to fucking go the agency route, you know, where you fucking put, you know, some agencies will fucking send you out and work here or there or whatever, you know. And if you do well, make a good impression, it can work out for you. But financial and job security are fucking massively important in life, Phil. Obviously, things can happen with fucking work jobs, and people can lose them for a variety of different methods, you know. COVID fucking killed a lot of careers, and it ruined a lot of lives, and people lost their jobs a lot of times. That was a fucking bastard, you know. But that's a strange world pandemic event that usually wouldn't affect a lot of people like that. I've lost jobs before because of a tsunami in Japan. I wasn't in Japan. I was in Glasgow working. But where I was in Glasgow was like you know those wee manuals that come with printers. You know, like fucking instruction manuals, like, you know, Epson printers. So because of the tsunami in Japan, it affected the companies there that made electronic products. And so because they were kind of behind with the shit they were doing, it meant that we didn't have to make the fucking manuals, you know, and all that shit, where we were in Glasgow. So I was like, okay, and I was one of the first ones in the door, essentially. So I was like, oh, work's gone quiet right now because of the tsunami. And it's like, for fuck's sake, really? And it's like, I mean, as terrible as the tsunami was and the lives it damaged there, it's kind of mental, had a knock-on effect for me, for fucking a job. But I'm saying though, it's people have their own sob stories with jobs all the time. People have had things happen to them. Nowadays, I've got secure employment. I'm happy. I work for a bank as well. Ironically, as Phil was saying, he works for a bank. I work for a bank, and it's how I know. It may be why I'm so fucking interested in the bank leak data. You know, because I can see the transactions. I can try and break it down and try and understand them and see what this could be and that could be in this particular thing. Who knows? But yeah, I managed to work for a bank. I'm happy to work for a bank. And I'm just happy to be working full time, permanently secured employment. It's one of those things as well, like if I want to change careers within the bank, I can look within, I can try and move elsewhere. It's one of those things though, like, as long as I keep doing well, I should have, you know, use there. I'm happy to have that secure employment. But Phil is dangerously trying to say here that, it sounds like he's trying to basically say that trying to go the kind of route of like, getting a full-time secure job is not that great. I'll see how he finishes it though. I'll see how he fucking finishes saying this shit. I'm going to rewind it a wee bit just to make sure I don't miss anything. This fucking pause, man. Hey look, his top lip seemed to move a wee bit. Has he actually moved the top part of his mouth for once here, or is this just a strange angle where he just, it isn't the lip that moved, but he just rather lifted his head. I think he just lifted his head up rather than moved his lip. I think that's what it is.
I thought it was a division of Wells Fargo known for predatory lending. Okay? Worked there for a year, sold a bunch of mortgages to people at like 95% loan to value, which essentially means they're destined to be foreclosed on. Okay? At the end of the year, had a falling out with the management because they were mistreating me, and also I didn't feel good about working there anymore. That was the end of that job. Then I worked for Best Buy, joined their business team, worked there for a year till they wanted to get rid of their business team, and they fucking fired me and framed me for abusing the store discount because I bought a couple PS2s.
It wasn't a frame. I've seen the court documents, Phil. People might not be too aware of the story, but Best Buy took him to court. He used a staff discount on consoles that he then used for a tournament he hosted. The true legitimate story here. Phil tried to use a staff discount to get consoles purchased for a tournament he was organising. So he misused his staff discount. Although personally speaking, I think they just wanted any reason to fire his ass. And there is court. You can actually find these court records online. You can, if you type in Best Buy Phil Burnell, you'll probably be able to find them. But I think Phil Burnell technically won the case, but he still got fired because, you know, they wanted to fire him. I'm not sure, because I think it wasn't actually a massive discount he got, but it's a very strange reason, because he got like fucking peanuts off it, but he still tried to use a staff discount. Yeah, Meth Bear's saying, I used to work for Best Buy, that's a violation of employee discount. Exactly. He still technically broke the terms of the employee discount, because he tried to then monetize it by, that's what I'm saying, he used that to buy consoles so then he could host a tournament, basically. I think that's what it was. I'll try and find it very quickly for you guys. 2 seconds, I'll try and find it. 2 seconds, so the screen's going, don't worry about the screen going this. So Phil Burnell, Best Buy. Here it is here, very first result. Philip P. Burnell versus Best Buy stores. Let me get you a link, guys. 2 seconds. Just waiting for the fucking page to load. Maybe I can actually, would that work? 2 seconds. There we go. There's a link for you guys. So, not sure how well that'll load. It's not really loading that well for me, but that's a link to it, so it should work. If it doesn't work, I'd maybe give it time, try again later, I don't know. But that is a link I found before of the court document for when Best Buy sued Phil Burnell.
At a store discount of 40 cents each, which of course I disputed in a court hearing, and I got my unemployment and everything. Then I worked for a helicopter company for 4.5 years where I worked my ass off. I was promoted. I was put into prominent positions of power.
I'd like to remind everyone right now before he continues this fucking helicopter story. His daddy got him the fucking job. He got the job because his daddy made sure he got the fucking job.
I was trained for competitive excellence. I was continuous improvement. I redesigned an entire process in the company. I received a commendation at the company for going above and beyond, for working my ass off for the company, and then they laid me off. Do you understand? In reality, doing this, what I'm doing right now, is the most consistent thing I've ever done in my life. I've done this for a living since 2011. It's now 2022. 11 years, and yes, there's been ups, there's been downs, there's been times when I had to change what I was doing and move from platform to platform, but being an internet content creator is the most consistent, dependable thing I have ever done. And I've done a bunch of other jobs, and every one of them treated me like dirt and said, fuck you, and kicked me to the curb when they could. Here, I could do whatever I want because I'm my own boss, I'm my own master, and you guys support me no matter where I go. So why does it, you know what I mean? This is the best I've had. That is, people say, oh, get a real job. Real jobs are an illusion. Real jobs are absolutely positively a cloud of smoke. At any moment, any of those jobs can kick you to the curb and say, fuck off. It's called at-will employment. Unless you have a contract with that company that states you will make a set amount of money for this work, and if they cut that contract, you'll get compensation. Unless you have that kind of a contract, you literally are disposable. That whole, oh, my set work, that's a complete illusion, and everyone in the United States seems to be living under this illusion. You are a disposable asset that at any moment, zoop, they toss your ass and you're done.
Yep, I called it. Phil is basically saying work is for stupid people, and people are treating it. Jesus fucking Christ, Phil. Jesus fucking Christ. Phil is never going to seek out real employment ever again. This is his fucking game plan. Beg every single fucking day, guilt trip every fucking day, lie to fans about why I need your fucking money every single fucking day. This is it. Phil's Mouldy Closet, great username. From the later clips with Phil and the gang I saw, they had the same lowbrow Chad humour thing. The clip where he was at some pool party and just filmed was really awkward. What the hell? I didn't even think I'd know about this fucking clip. I'm just hijacking fucking Phil's Mouldy Closet's conversation with Chisel. I'm just fucking read it out randomly, but you'd be surprised what you can find online about Phil from back in the day. I'll just say that. Some people weren't even aware at Best Buy fucking took him to court, not shit for. And Phil, as I'm saying, Phil went to court to try and gain his unemployment benefits because Best Buy firing him meant he wasn't able to get those unemployment benefits. So he took him to court and he was successful in getting, basically he wasn't fired as badly, I think, after the court case, and he got his unemployment shit after all. But he did still break the terms of service. He violated the employee discount. There is no disputing that. Phil claims it's a fucking frame-up job. He did violate the thing. He did violate it in the first place, though.
Me, yeah, right now I could be banned from YouTube, and then I go somewhere else, and then I go somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are going to support me no matter what I do or what format I put out my content, and I know that because you've done it. We've been around, right? We've been going in these circles, but essentially, I know that I can kind of depend on you guys, and that's.
Jesus fucking Christ! It gets worse. I need to fucking rewind this, man. He's basically treating his fucking fans like they're his fucking mum and dad. No matter what happens in my fucking life, I know you guys have got my fucking back. Chat mom and chat dad.
Go somewhere else, and then I go somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like, that whole, oh, my set work, that's a complete illusion, and everyone in the United States seems to be living under this illusion. You are a disposable asset that at any moment, zoop, they toss your ass and you're done. Me, yeah, right now I could be banned from YouTube, and then I go somewhere else, and then I go somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are going to support me no matter what I do or what format I put out my content, and I know that because you've done it. We've been around, right? We've been going in these circles, but essentially, I know that I can kind of depend on you guys, and that's.
You shouldn't fucking have to. How many fucking times? It's. Jesus fucking Christ, man. This really. It's actually demoralising to see Phil has not learned a fucking thing after all these fucking years. It is actually demoralising. You think somebody could fucking change perhaps over fucking time? You think somebody might have some fucking inkling to try and become a better human being and not have to fucking rely on the charity of others? Nah, Phil's game plan, he's set for life as long as he can rely on the fucking charity of others. Jesus Christ, man, that is so fucking depressing to hear another human being. It's a 40-year-old man who's capable of doing more, but he's just too fucking lazy to. He's too lazy to fucking go out and do something with his fucking life, so he's just gonna fucking sit in his arse in his fucking jammies and hold his fucking hands out and wait for those fucking morons that fucking follow him to give him every single fucking penny they have.
That's an awesome thing, right? So no, that whole illusion of real job, that's horseshit. That is the American cloud of feeling secure. It doesn't exist. There's no security. There's none. You could be completely shit canned for no reason, and there's nothing you can do about it. Excuse me. Elliptian says, I think what he meant is that a stable job, you can get stable income, meaning you can budget accordingly. And even that's false. Even that's false. The only time you can ever get a completely stable income is if you have a salaried agreement with your company that you work with. Any other job that's hourly, you have no idea what you're making on a week. Any week, oh, we can cut your hours. Company's not doing so good this week. Cut your hours.
Right, Meth Bear's clarifying the Best Buy thing. It says, they said because I didn't make a profit in the tournament, despite intending to make a profit and wouldn't hold another tournament, he could get unemployment. Well, ain't that kind of them? Basically, Best Buy wanted fucking rid of him. Let's just... And who can fucking blame them? But cheers, Meth Bear, for clarifying that. I couldn't load the thing at my end, annoyingly. You know, I found the link, but I couldn't fucking load it for some reason. Maybe it's because I'm in the UK. I don't... Because it's like an American court doc. I don't know. I couldn't fucking load the Dick's Sporting Good website. Wouldn't let me load it the other day. I'll try again. I'll try again, load it for you guys. But if something weird happens when I try and fucking load the Dick's Sporting Good website. So, let's see if it happens again. Yeah, it happened again. 2 seconds. I fucking need to change the fucking 2 seconds. Yeah. I cannot go into Dick's Sporting Goods. That's what happens when I try and do it. Dick's Sporting Goods hates Scotland. Nah, fuck knows why, but there you go. That is what it is. Maybe that's why I can't view the Best Buy document as well. I used to be able to fucking view it. I've viewed it before in the past, but for some reason I can't view it now. It just kept loading and loading. Oops, pressed the wrong button. Right, okay, back to bingo. We're almost done. And we've almost got a full house.
Oh, but I have bills to pay. I have a family. Oh, well, go get another job. I don't want to hear that. I'd cut your hours. That's how it is in America. That's exactly how it is here in the United States. They don't give 2 shits about you. Okay. Anyway, I think we've now digressed. If we had talked about this earlier, I'd go on at length about it, but we're already going late, and I'd like to actually get to gameplay today. So, yes, Jade, that's correct. Jade is seeing all the new things I have behind me. Pretty awesome, right? Pretty awesome stuff. Okay. All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for chilling with me here on the Level 1 podcast. I knew this would be a good one because we got a lot to talk about, and I hope you like the new stuff. Thank you for chilling, and, actually, I did put Beach on the leaderboard. I didn't even realize I did. Thanks. Let's end the show and let's get started. Here we go.
And as usual, I'm going to skip his dumbass outro because, well, fuck Phil, that's why.
What's hilarious is we got a bunch of people in the chat, newcomers with names that are Detractor memes. Oh, what a terrible take. I've never heard such a worse take. Fuck off. Seriously. Fuck off, you dunce. Goodbye. You fucking idiot. Seriously. Like, I can't tell that, oh my god, mysteriously, people who I've never seen before in the chat, this is their first time here, are shitting on my opinions on my own podcast. What a coincidence. Oh.
It just couldn't be brand new fucking people that are fucking drawn to you for the first time, wondering who is this fucking man-child who fucking exists to only fucking take money from fans. No, guess not. Yami Jackie says, as an American who works hourly, there is such a thing as stable hours, Phil. What you're talking about is mostly the fast food, grocery, service, retail industry, you fucking moron. Well said.
Oh, yes. Fucking idiots. Anyway, so, let's get set up here. I have to use the bathroom very quickly. I want to wash my hands because I touched that joystick, which I touched the joystick over there, which hasn't been touched in so many years. Like, oh, I should definitely wash my hands before I play any games. But let's get this set up here. That's pretty cruddy. Okay, there we go. Whoa. That's way too big. Whoa. Ugh. Why is it snapping all over? You see that? It's like snapping left and right. That's annoying. I hate that when it won't just go where I tell it instead it wants to fly around. I think it's good. I mean, you guys can tell better than me. I think it's centered, but maybe it's slightly off. Okay. All right. Real quick, I'm going to go on a brief break. Just to use the restroom and wash my hands. It'll be like just a few minutes. I'll be right back. And then we'll start with Final Fantasy VII.
Okay, I'm going to fast forward. Fast forward some more. Oh, here we go. Okay, so let's see if we can get a bingo right at the death here. Fingers crossed, it could happen, but it's looking like we're losing time here to get it.
Alright guys, I told you it was just going to be a brief break, so I guess what we got to do, let me grab my controller, hold on. Alright. Here's what we got to figure out, alright? Do I want to grind some more in order to make sure my materia is up to speed here?
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Black Mage 66 for the super chat, who says, I bet the mold is from Jasper's piss in the closet. That's kinda dang, but it could be true, it could be true. That closet, the amount of fucking shit I heard about that closet, man, sounds nasty as hell. Jesus Christ, man. Shitting in my opinions equals scat talk. Nah, scat talk is basically him literally having kind of scat talk where he's fucking making fart noises. Or he's talking about shitting, literally. It's him just calling somebody a piece of shit is not scat talk, it's just him being toxic. I actually ticked off quite early on because Phil is toxic usually 24/7.
And so when we take on these super bosses, I'm good. Or do you guys feel like I've grinded enough and I can just do it? I don't know. You know, it's been 20 years, like no exaggeration. Alright? It's been 20 freaking years since I played these super bosses. So I don't really know how much more I would need to grind if I need to, or if we're good with the grinding I did last stream. Remember, last stream was like almost 3 hours of grinding, right? Ah! Loud in my headphones. I'm down for more grinding if you guys feel like I need to max out certain materia or whatever. I'm okay with that. We don't have to rush the end of this game, because we're at the end anyway. So even if it's like one more session of grinding, that's fine with me. But again, you know, I don't know. You know better than me. Okay? Probably a little more. Gun says he saw the Dragon Ball superhero movie. It's decent, but not better than Broly. He didn't mind 3D. I didn't even know it was 3D. Okay. So what do you guys think? I'm trying to get opinions here. Mastering Knights of the Round would help. I kind of agree. At least having two in case of a backup plan, something goes wrong, someone gets killed. You have someone else who has Knights of the Round, could be very useful, right? More grinding? I guess we could do a little more grinding. I don't know if we'll do it the whole stream, but we could start off with some grinding. Alright. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, hello. Welcome back to Final Fantasy VII. It's been...
Well, that's gameplay started, and which means that's the end of Bingo, I'm afraid. 22 out of 25 is quite a strong card, but sadly not strong enough to get every single box ticked off green. Bizarrely, no scat talk. He doesn't seem to be doing it as often these days. It's bizarre. I don't understand. Maybe we should think about getting rid of it. I don't know. Unique as well. He fucking usually loves saying unique, though. It's a strange one. It's quite bizarre. Well guys, thank you very much for joining me anyway, I appreciate it. I'm going to end things how I usually end it. First of all, let's check how Phil's doing live. We are 56 minutes behind. Sorry guys for fucking pausing so much, man. I really do apologise. But yeah, let's go to live Phil and see how he's doing. Is it $2 so far? Let's go full screen for this. $2 so far. Let's see if that changes when I hit live.
First, Ruby or Emerald.
$28. So it's basically over $50 because 1 minute man will come and fucking tip him or something, you know. So $28 right now technically. And most of that's come from R&C who gave him $20. Just in case anyone's curious. Right, close Pig Pig Go, close that, Tips Tracker, close Kiwi Farms, and we'll go to our... That's how we always end our streams. We'll go to Pixar Animations, the one and only, Notorious PIG Contributions. Let me actually stop Meerkat's music in the background. There we go. So we can all enjoy Notorious PIG Contributions. Thank you very much, guys. I do appreciate you coming by for the bingo. Keep me writing the things, making sure I wasn't missing anything on the card, and also the support as well. Super chats, subscribing, everything else. I really do appreciate it. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Hopefully we can start Monday off with a bang, and we can get perhaps 25 out of 25 in the bingo card then. But until then, hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hope you're all doing well, and I'll catch you guys later if you want to join me for some more bingo. Peace out, everyone. Thanks again.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower? When you're showered in money. When you go outside, all of a sudden, greenbacks start falling from the sky. And you raise your face up, you're like, oh, you start dancing, you go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money. Free. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone, just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone.